Hey guys, welcome to Zach Attack News Live, August 20th. I am super excited to talk to you guys about all the news that we have to talk about this week. Last week I had to take off because just family business. It was my mama's birthday. You know what I mean? Got to celebrate the birthdays with the mom, took her out and everything. We had a good time. So now I'm back. I'm going to cover some news that I missed last week, and I'm going to cover some news that came out this week. It's been a little scarce. I'm not going to lie. Ain't a lot of stuff that I can dive deep into. So we're going to be covering over D23. I'm going to catch up on that stuff because I didn't get to talk to you guys about that. We're going to be talking about the box office as usual and all the juicy narratives that are coming out of that and all those things that came out. I have a new camera. I don't know if you guys noticed the quality or the angle is different from what I usually have. Um, Courtesy of the Spoiler Kings. If you've been in the movie tube community, you know who Spoiler Kings are. They gifted me this new webcam, which I think looks really, really good. My setup is a little different because of it, because it catches a wider angle and things like that. But I feel like I look a lot clearer. Let me know how I look, how I sound, and everything. If you are in the live chat, and leave a comment down below if you're watching this afterwards. 80s kid from the 90s is in the live chat. He says, I'm in a chipper mood today. How's my buddy today? We missed you last week. I appreciate that so much. I missed you guys a lot last week as well. I'm glad that you're in a better mood. I know you've been going through a rough time. It's glad to hear that. I know it comes in waves, it comes up and down. So I'm glad that you're in a good mood today. And I'm feeling good myself. I'm doing good. I had a really short day at work. It felt real quick and snappy. The weather in New York is really, really nice. So I'm in a good mood. I walked a lot today in the mall. Be prepared for my humor. Oh boy. Oh boy. I dig the new camera. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to the lighting and things like that. Use my overhead light and things. Let me see about my lights. Usually I would have like some lights glowing in the background. I'm gonna turn that on real quick, see how it looks. I think it looks real bright in my room right now. My face looks extra, extra bright. But I like the look of the camera. I'll get used to it and adjust things as we go. So let's get into the first topic, and it's gonna be a big chunk of this live stream, and that is D23. Unfortunately, I missed talking about D23 last week, but I still wanted to talk to you guys about it this week, and I'm excited to break down everything that was came out. Shout out to Mashable, because they are the ones that I'm finding this from. They basically put together all the biggest news that came out of D23 all on one site, so I didn't have to go searching too hard. So I don't have my normal slides for this one because I felt like it's all on the website. You guys can see with me. We're going to be going through the news. I'm going to talk about how I feel about what's going on. And like I said in my social media posts, I'm going to be talking about how I feel like a lot of what happened at D23 led to the cancellation of Acolyte. There's a lot of narratives going on, and a lot of the thumbnail warriors and the woke warriors and the people who hate representation are using this narrative to talk about representation and the thing and how Acolyte was that. I'm going to break down all that and why I think some of these announcements led to D20, like at D23 led to the cancellation of Acolyte and what that means. So let's get to the first thing, right? Let's talk about the first thing that they have here, and that is Moana 2. So Moana 2 was officially announced. I think that no, it was announced already. It had a teaser trailer, but this was like the announcement to the world, right? Because D23 is where Disney shows everybody, casual people even know about D23. So Moana got a new trailer. We got a release date. We got some details about the setting and everything that's going on. Set 3 year later, 3 years later, Moana and demigod Trickster Maui, is that how it's pronounced? Team up once again to face a new threat in Oceania. Since Disney has plans for Moana to be its new flagship Disney princess, because on top of the sequel, we're also getting a live action remake of the original film that's already started production and is expected to come out next year. So this is coming out later this year. This is expected to be one of the billion-dollar movies that we have left for the year. Let's check out Moana 2's trailer. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, that's loud. Aww.
You wanted to come this time.
What a cutie.
Little sis! Fix it! You were gone forever.
It was 3 days.
Where are we going?
Before Maui stole Tifiti's heart, our ancestors wanted to connect our island to all the people of the entire ocean. It's my job as a wayfinder to finish what they
The
started.
visuals are
Moana,
absolutely
show our
beautiful,
people
man.
just how far we'll go.
Ooh, oh. Thanksgiving? This
This
is
is a
perfect
call from
Thanksgiving
the
film.
ancestors.
Hidden in
Very
a terrible
family-oriented.
storm, it's an ancient island. Setting foot on its sands would break the curse, bring our people together again.
I know what I have to do. Maui, I could really use your help.
Maui, okay. By the way, guys, I have not seen the original Moana. I'm definitely gonna check that out and
Can I
I'm
get
gonna
a
review it
chee-hoo?
because I have not seen it. I want to definitely
You
watch
will
it.
be destroyed, and your
Preparation for
wayfinder
this.
too.
That might be my next throwback review after I get this Return to D23 off the ground.
What if you don't come back?
I'll be back. I promise.
Do I hear people?
Those aren't people. Cockamora. You guys, we got this. Bring it on, Coco. Nuts.
That was a good extension of the teaser trailer. I saw the teaser trailer. I think we reacted to it on the live stream itself. It looks good. Even though I have not seen the original Moana film, I like what I see here, right? Like it's a gorgeous animation. It looks like it's going to be a fun time. Back in the day when Disney animation was really, really popping, we had the Snow Whites, we had the Cinderellas, right? We had the leading white ladies in the movies, Beauty and the Beast, right? But we had why am I forgetting the names? What why am I forgetting the names of these classic Disney princesses? Or some of them wasn't princesses. Disney anime. Why am I forgetting the names of the ones I grew up on? That I was trying to make a point. I had it in my head. This is why when you do things live. What was I thinking about? Come on, Google, save me from embarrassment. Stop showing me the new stuff. Show me. Okay, Mulan. I was talking about Mulan, which had Asian representation, bring the culture there. It was really one of the big movies that we had. Think about Aladdin. We literally had a Middle Eastern princess coming through there. And there's one other movie I'm thinking about that I can't remember off the top of my head right now about the Native Americans. If you can remind me in the live chat, I don't know. Pocahontas, thank you, Pocahontas. Jesus, my brain was fritz just now. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, we had a mixture of that, and people loved it. Overall, I think people loved it, and I love that we're getting the Hawaiian, Pacific Island culture brought into here, and I really want to see more things like that. Like Chillmonger is a friend of the channel. He talks about representation, how to do it right, and I do think them continuing to make original characters around different ethnicities and in their cultures is the best way to do it. And you can see how Moana is now like, other than Frozen, but it looks like Moana is right up there with Frozen in terms of being the leading person in the Disney verse. And I think that they need to continue that. There's a lot of stories from different cultures that we have not seen that can tell really original stories. And I think Moana is going to be ushering that in for the new animated verse of Disney. A lot of the things, in D23 were sequels and prequels. And I think we're going to get a lot of new stories that's going to be based on different cultures that we've never seen before. So I'm definitely excited to delve into that. Watch the original one and then watch the new one once it comes out on Disney Plus. Are you guys excited for Moana 2? Let me know. Let me see what you guys got to say. I know I was flipping and fumbling. I believe I couldn't remember Pocahontas and these other movies just now. Let's see. Hey, Kenny Sparks is in the live stream. How are you doing, sir? Thank you for that. Yes, remember to like the live stream, share it with your friends. Hey, Spicy 4K Action. How are you doing? I like when you aloha, Zach. Aloha, my friend. Hey, Jay Pylon. What's up? How are you doing, man? Thumbs up indeed. Appreciate you. Little Mermaid animation, no, but I like what they try to do with it. Pocahontas was what I was talking about. Hey, butts up blood. It's so funny saying that. Oh, you got the Blade picture now. What's up, man? How are you doing? How's your day going? You know, I've not seen anyone discuss the number one movie. It's End With Us. I saw it. I didn't care for it, though. Well, It Ends With Us is not the number one movie this weekend. But I'm going to talk about it and the dramas that came with the success for that movie when we talk about Attack of the Box Office. I wonder if Moana is Lilo and Nani's ancestor. Ooh, that'll be an interesting tie-in if they could tie in that. I'm also I don't like this whole thing of like everyone has to be related, but it would be cool if they did that. Okay, up next is Snow White. So we got a Snow White teaser trailer. This movie has been in production hell. It was supposed to come out, I think, 2 years ago, and losing writers, directors. They had to change out the dwarves. Obviously, people know with Rachel Zegler, she says some things about the original Snow White that super fans of it didn't like. I didn't even know they were super fans of the original Snow White. People don't really talk about that movie like that. But I think she's very talented. If you watched the last Hunger Games movie, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, you know she can not only act her ass off, but she also sing really well, which will lean really well in for this. And I'm excited to see what this teaser trailer has to show. I want to see what the VFX look like. So let's check it out. Snow White. This is a beautiful shot right here, at least. It's weird. It feels very fairy tale like it feels real but fake at the same time, like it's partly animated.
So whistle while you work.
She's saying she's embracing it. Oh wait, are the dwarves animated? Because I just saw a set photo with real people. Hey, there's Gal Gadot as the witch.
Mirror on the wall.
Very curious.
The fairest.
How she's gonna do as a bad guy. The only thing Gal Gadot really play like good people and anti-heroes. So far, this looks really visually great. Is that Bambi? No, I'm joking. That's a solid teaser trailer. It gives you the feel of what to look for. Oh boy, don't touch the apple. Don't touch it. It's coming out in March. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't look bad. I remember looking into this. A lot of people were giving it like a lot of negatives. Other than the Rachel Zegler thing, they were talking about it looked bad in terms of VFX. From this teaser trailer, I haven't seen stills of everything. It looks good to me. It looks very different from the other live action remakes that we've gotten. It looks very fantastical. Like they try to make it look like a fairy tale out of a book, which I find really interesting. This here says Snow White has been in production hell, like I was talking about, and subject to some intense controversy since filming wrapped in 2022 is now coming out in 2025. So wrapped so long ago. But they're releasing the live action remake, the movie that came out in 1937. The thing is here, like Snow White came out in 1937. There hasn't been any animated remakes from what I can remember. I know there's been Snow White and the Husband, and I think they made another Snow White movie before this as well as live action. But I think since that animated movie came out so long ago, and we haven't had a lot of Snow White content from Disney, I think this is fine for it to be remade. This is such an old movie that I think it can be remade. I don't see a lot of kids going back to the 1937 one. That's so way back. But the teaser trailer gives us our first look at Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot as Snow White and the Evil Queen, along with heavily CGI'd world. Yes, the world is very heavily CGI'd, but it looks really good in motion so far. My questions here is Gal Gadot. You know, a lot of questions have been coming onto her, like her acting. I don't want to like judge her too much, but after Wonder Woman 1984, which her performance in that movie wasn't great, and that her performance in Red Notice wasn't that great either. A lot of people have been questioning her acting range and ability. I like her. She has a likability about her, but I don't know if she can pull off the flair for the Evil Queen. So I'm going to be very interested if she could pull this off. There's also a little bit of controversy saying that maybe Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot doesn't have the best relationship. So that's going to be interesting. We've seen people not like each other, and the movies still come out great. So that might not matter at all, because they maybe be able to compete with professional on set. But there's a lot of things rooting against this movie, and I'm kind of rooting for it. Why not? Snow White. It's time for it to be brought to a new imagination. That little new generation, I say, that Little Mermaid film. A lot of people, a lot of young people love that film and brought Little Mermaid to a new generation. A lot of black young little girls saw themselves in that character and now have that for them forever, which is awesome. So I'm excited to see what Snow White can do. But it has an uphill battle to climb. He said, "It looks pretty good. I'm interested to see your reaction. I appreciate that. Grew up in the Disney princess era. Snow White was never on my radar like that. Yeah, it's such an old It's such an old movie, and the story is very basic and everything like that. It's from 1937. Also, Disney made sure she says the right things. Yeah, I think she's starting to get some PR training, which they should have gave her from the get go, knowing that she's young. She's like 22 or something like that, and she's just gonna say what is on the top of her head. You know, Snow White looks all right, but not spectacular. Disney live action movies just been okay, except like 2 or 3. I've only seen Beauty and the Beast, and I like that movie a lot from when I saw it in theaters. I don't know if I would like it again on a rewatch, but when I remember crying at the end of it. But I haven't seen any other remakes because I just have had no interest. My little kids were not interested in it. Okay. I didn't know you had kids, but that's interesting. Gal Gadot as a villain, interesting choice. Yeah, I find that as a very interesting choice. I hope it's not just for name and uh, she actually can pull this off because the movie has a lot against it. I had Snow White on VHS. Nice. I don't think I own Snow White at all. But yeah, I've seen it before on TV. Little Mermaid 2023 was pretty good. It was all right. It was solid. I don't know. I never really go back to Little Mermaid animated either. It's not my thing. Remember how much hate Gal got for the Magic music video? If she can harness that vitriol, she could be a good villain. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if she can harness that. I just worry about the range. I've never seen her be like a diva inside of a movie. So this is gonna be really interesting to see because Rachel Zegler has a very expressive face and Gal Gadot doesn't. So we'll see how that chemistry is as they go back and forth. Jungle Book live action was amazing. I do hear great things about that one, but also people don't really talk about it much because they're always talking about how the live action remakes are crap, but they don't talk about that one, which I hear is good. It's always like Andre 3000, but yeah, this one was good, but it's barely brought up. 80s kid agrees. Okay, let's get on to the next thing. So we got our first look at Lilo. Well, first look at Stitch in live action remake of Lilo and Stitch. Earlier they showed the a couple months ago they showed who got casted in a couple of roles. This is the first time we're going to see Stitch, which was really interesting. I've seen this clip before, but let's watch it. I think he looks adorable.
Huh?
Stitch.
La Krista!
The voice is right.
Huh?
It's all there. It's coming out next year. A lot of this is coming out next year. We got Moana remake next year. We got Snow White next year. We have this next year. I think Frozen 3 is coming out next year. I'm not 100% sure. I think they're going to be talking about that soon. And we also don't we have Avatar, Fire and Ash? So Disney has a lot of stuff coming out next year. I love Lilo and Stitch. I absolutely love this movie. I love the series. I love everything about Lilo and Stitch. So I'm super excited about this remake. This is one remake I'm actually excited for them to get right. This is around my range in terms of what I want to see. So I'm excited to see what Lilo and Stitch does. Let's see. 80 kid says, "Yeah, baby, aloha." Moana releases 2026 now, apparently. Okay. They moved it. That makes sense. You got to give some time for it to breathe. You don't want to drop Moana 2 and then have the remake right after. It's kind of weird for them to do that and blow some steam off of Moana 2's specialness. I'm home. You got the link. I sent it to you. Am I the only person who thinks Stitch looks weird with fur? Other than that, he looks great. Yeah, I can see that. It does look a little different because we're not used to it. He's used to usually smooth skin in the animation, but it makes sense if they're trying to do live action. The animal would have fur. I think he would look weird live action like that. Smooth skin. I think it will look even. I don't think he would look as cute. I'm excited for Lilo and Stitch. That was my movie. Let's go. I saw the original theaters when I was 5. I like Moana too. I need to watch Moana. I really have fond memories of Lilo Stitch. I think that it's a movie that did really, really well. I think it's really beloved. I think a lot of people caught it afterwards, after it came out of theaters. And I think that there's a whole generation of kids that don't know anything about Lilo and Stitch, right? They didn't grow up on it. It was a little past their time. So I think this is an opportunity for not only for them to maybe bring it back animated if this does well, but introduce people to this, and they can go back and watch the original movie and watch the animated shows. Yeah, 80s kid from 90s says he thinks it looks great. He disagrees with, and that's why this is all, everybody's opinion is valid. Jungle Book was good. One of the first remakes live action. It was one of the first remakes that came out years ago. Years ago. So, yeah, I'm excited for Lilo Stitch. It's coming out summer 2025. Lilo Stitch is another classic Disney film that they said no one really asked for a live action remake, but we're getting one anyway. Given Disney visual effects track record when it comes to anthropomorphic animals, our first look at Stitch exactly that one would expect, which boils out to, yep, that's him, all right. These people do not seem too excited about it. I do wonder though, because I feel like all the live action remakes make changes because it's like you got to validate them making a remake. It's not 1-to-1. I wonder what changes they will make to this this original story to make it more just a little different. I do wonder what they will change. They also announced Incredibles 3, right? This is in early development. This is not going to be coming out anytime soon. I'm probably be 40 years old by the time this came out. Fun fact, I have not seen any of the Incredible movies. So this is giving me even more pertinence to go check them out. I think I'm definitely going to go check them out. I know that the VFX or the CGI, the animation for the first one probably doesn't really hold up that well now, but I'm definitely going to go check it out. And I know the second one, people don't feel great about the second one, but I'm excited to check this out. I think with Fantastic Four coming out soon, and that's probably going to come out before this, I think Incredibles 3 can do well with that family superhero dynamic. We're having this Fantastic Four come out and then Incredibles 3 come out, and a lot of people will be in the flavor for that. So I'm excited for that. And they agree with Fantastic Four getting some love as of late. It makes sense that the family film franchise inspired by Marvel's first family is announced to be making a return. Helmed by longtime writer and director Brad Bird, Incredible 3 is announced as in production at Pixar. So, but it's very, 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 very early on. And Inside Out 2 dethroned Incredibles 2. So it's coming for that. It's coming for that crown. So long tease has been Toy Story 5, right? We're getting a Toy Story 5. Find it very interesting. Toy Story 4 did really well at the box office, but I feel like it was very divisive among fans. The teaser trailer doesn't really show much. I watched it beforehand. Not worth playing right now. But it says, speaking of beloved animated Pixar movies that maybe they say maybe should have ended 2 films ago, fans at D23 got a small teaser for Toy Story 5. According to director Andrew Stanton, Woody, Buzz, and the gang will be fighting to stop their new child from becoming an iPad kid, which I think is very, very relevant to right now. This time around is Toy Meets Tech. It's going to be fun, and we can't wait for you all to see it summer 2026. So this is 2 years from now. I think that Toy Story 5 is a great idea, right? I think that what they can do with the old toys, our old toys that us millennials and maybe younger Gen Z and before can remember, the ones that didn't have technology, the one that you had to use your imagination and make and play and bang together. I think those fight against the turn in times against maybe toys that are electronic or have AI or has the glitz, the glamour, and the lights and things like that. I think that could be a really great story. If they can add Andy back in some way, I would love that as well. But I think I would have a lot of fun with Toy Story 5. I think that this is a franchise that can move on with the times and continue to talk about things that's happening with kids, like just like how Inside Out is doing. And I'm really, really excited to see what they pull off with this film. Let me see what you got to say. Before I get in there, we have a guest, the guest of the month,
Oh,
the Movie
hello.
Man. What's up, man? How you
Hey,
doing?
what's up?
You were just in the chat, and now you're in the live stream. Everybody say hi, collect the Movie Man. How are you doing, man?
Well, just literally just walked in the door.
Gotcha. All right, so I'm gonna go through the chat, and then we'll get to the next topic. Okay?
All right. Sorry I'm late.
No worries. Lilo and Stitch was the one Disney VHS I wanted and never had. Thankfully, I got the DVD 10 Christmas ago. 10 Christmas ago. Nice. Freaky Friday 2 coming out. I like some Lizzie Lohan. We're going to be talking about that too. They announced a new title and some cast members. Excited for that. When Incredibles comes out, I was aging out of cartoons, so it never was my favorite of mine. It's an interesting thing you said, aging out of cartoons. I don't know if anyone ever ages out of cartoons, but your taste changed. I would say that. I won't say you aged out. Your taste has changed. It's better takes place a few years later after the first two. I think it's gonna take place. Well, with Woody coming back after 4, it probably might be a prequel to that. But I don't think that 4 hinted. Did 4 hint to there being a whole technology problem? We'll see. They'll probably figure out a way to bring Woody back and have the whole crew there and new kid. I was the only one at the cinema to see Frozen open night. I was telling everyone to go check it out. Yeah, I still haven't seen Frozen either. There's a lot of these new Disney films I haven't seen. Have you seen Frozen 1 or 2, Dave?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
I've seen the first one, but not the second one.
not the second one. How do you feel about the first one?
I enjoyed it. I used to sing the what was that one song? Get along or whatever the heck
Oh,
it
Let It
was.
Go.
Let it go. Yeah.
Yeah. That song was. That's the only thing I knew about Frozen. People would talk
That
about
was
that
the only
all
thing
the
I knew
time.
too. Hold on one second. I gotta shut my window because I don't want us to get any
Yeah,
background
do you think?
noise.
Toy Story 5 is actually scrap script from Toy Story 3. Ooh, interesting. That Toy Story 5 storyline sounds legit. Disney Pixar always does a good job with embedding a message. I agree. Man, my mouse is acting up. What do you think of my Lightyear video? I loved it. As a fan of Lightyear, I was really happy with your review for Lightyear, man. Hi, Collector. People saying hi to you.
Oh, hey, what's up?
My taste had changed for Frozen as well. Yeah, I love how you added the taste. Yeah, I get it. Frozen wasn't for me either. But the thing is, even when I was a little kid, Frozen wouldn't have been for me. So maybe my taste didn't change. Speaking of that, Frozen 3. They officially announced it. It says Gary, Nick, Judy, and much more are waiting for you. Oh well, no, that's the wrong thing. It's there a chill in the air. Jennifer Lee announces at D23 that Frozen 3 will be coming to theaters in 2027. Oh my god, that's so far away. How do you
That
feel
is.
about Frozen 3 coming out in 2027? Collector movie, man.
It is what it is. I don't really care.
Not really looking forward to Frozen 3 at all.
No, I not really. I'm more excited for Avatar 3.
Gotcha. Oscar-winning film Frozen is set to get its 3rd movie in the franchise sometime in 2027, according to creator Brittany Lee. There's also a small teaser shown to guests, so we're probably going to be getting that teaser maybe in front of Moana 2 that showed Elsa and Anna riding a white horse in a brown stag. Beyond that, it's also announced that after the release of Frozen 3, there are plans for a Frozen 4. Wow. plus a pro shot of the Frozen Broadway musical will be hitting Disney Plus sometimes in 2025. So we're getting a lot of Frozen content
Yeah.
coming up. I haven't seen Frozen yet. That's another franchise I definitely want to check out. We're getting Frozen 3 and 4. They're expecting Frozen 3 to do amazing. Kids love this franchise. The second one did amazingly. And then we're also going to get the Broadway musical. So, Frozen fans, be on the lookout for that.
Yep, definitely.
This is one of the only original titles that they kind of showcase. I reacted to the trailer for Big Pixar's Elio, I think maybe early this year or last year, and it looks good. It looks good. The announcement says, "Calling all Earthlings at D23. It's time for a special look at Elio with Jonas Kirib introducing the newest member of the cast, Zoe Saldana." Nice. I love Zoe Saldana, and that's coming next summer. Oh, I know. Yeah, next summer. There's a lot of Disney films coming out next year.
She's gonna have 2 movies next year.
Yeah, Avatar and Elio. She's all in on Disney.
Yeah, she is.
I think that Elio looks really, really fun. I remember it being this kid who had like a big imagination. I think he found something that called out to some aliens, and then he got taken by the aliens, and then the aliens thought he was the leader of the Earth, and and now he has to like do a bunch of challenges, and if he loses, his Earth is destroyed. It's very, very interesting. And then also they announced a sequel to one of my favorite animated movies, Zootopia 2.
I still need to see that.
Yeah, you definitely do. Zootopia was awesome. I watched it recently and it still holds up. I'm excited for Zootopia 2. What's interesting about Zootopia 2 is that originally it was supposed to be just a TV show, and Bob Iger came in and was like, "What are you doing? We don't make Zootopia a $1 billion franchise, a TV show. We make it a movie." So yeah, we're gonna be getting Zootopia 2 soon. And I believe Ki Ha Kwan from Everything Everywhere All at Once, now Oscar winner, is gonna be added to the cast, and he's gonna be a snake named Gary.
And he was in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
And he was in Loki season 2.
Yep.
And he was in the Goonies. So he's been around for a long time. He's directed, he's written, he's been part of set designs. He's done everything you could think of when it comes to films. And he just seems like a lovely person. So I'm happy that he's getting all these roles. This says this is Fantasy Series can expect this to hit theaters around Thanksgiving next year. So this is going to be a Thanksgiving movie. They have a lot of movies coming out
really
year.
do.
Holy crap, that is insane. So that is it for all the Disney related stuff that's coming out. Hold on. So Disney animation stuff that's coming out for next year. Are you excited, Collective Movie Man, for all the Disney animation, all the sequels and some of the original titles?
Toy Story 5 I am interested in.
Okay.
Mainly because I grew up with Toy Story.
Yeah.
And I think the concept of toys having to compete with electronics is very interesting. Because in this day and age, not very many kids play with toys. They're on their iPads or iPhones or whatever device.
And they specifically said that they're fighting against making their new kid, not an iPad kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And me, when I was growing up, I used to play with Star Wars toys, Jurassic Park, all that kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Same. I had Power Rangers. I had Beetleborgs. I had Yu-Gi-Oh! I had Pokemon. I had tons of X-Men. I had tons of stuff.
I had Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I had Pokemon cards, all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, let's see what the chat has to say. Hey, Michael 101591, what's up? So I'm gonna be live streaming with this guy this week. He's gonna be being on the Movies That Made You live stream that I do. So he's gonna be up next. We'll be shooting it Sunday. We're gonna be figuring out a time soon. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what his favorite movies are. Well, I know what his favorite movies are, or the movies that influenced him. He sent me the list, but I'm excited to see why. Welcome to the live chat, man.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to seeing that.
After watching my Lightyear video, what do you think of there being a sequel? While I would love there be a sequel of Lightyear, unfortunately, it did not do well at the box office, and critically, it didn't do well either. So I don't see them doing that. I think that, and we're going to talk about this at the end of the present. We go break down this presentation. We're going to talk about how this affected how this affect things like Lightyear and some of the other original titles that Disney tried to do in these last couple of years. I think that there's going to be a shift in focus in terms of what they put out.
I definitely think so too.
2027, yeah, no. Well, you see, they're dropping like 6 movies next year, right? Like we got to think about, like, they have Captain America: Brave New World coming out in February. They have movies coming out in March. They come out movies coming out in June. They have a movie coming out in July. They have a movie coming out in November. They have a movie coming out in December. So not everything can come out in the next 2 years. So they gotta push. They gotta push things.
Yeah, they do.
Zootopia 2 and Tron 3. I'm going to be excited to go check out. I haven't watched. I saw the original Tron when I was a kid. I didn't watch Tron Legacy, so I need to check that out. Have you seen the Tron films?
I've only seen Tron Legacy,
Okay.
but I've heard we're supposed to sometime in the future get a 4K remastering of the old Tron and the Tron Legacy.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be a good pickup because those movies look amazing.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
I think it helps the saga of movies to make some good sequels that stay true to the source. I'm not anti-sequel or reboot if it's on point. I agree. I'm not anti-sequel or reboot either, as long as it's good. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, same here.
And then Kiara from Submeter U says, "Love to see some new stories being told and not all sequels." So she's on the opposite side. She wants some new stories, and we're going to talk about that dichotomy, right? In terms of new stories versus sequels. I'm trying to see Elio for sure. I like some sci-fi. Yeah, I feel like Disney Animation doesn't really do much sci-fi. It's mostly animation. I mean, not animation, mostly fantasy that they do. So I'm interested to see how they do sci-fi, especially Pixar. Elio looks great, but sounds like Buzz Lightyear plot. I can see that a little bit. I think it's a little different because it's a kid that's untrained and don't know what the heck is going on, facing a bunch of aliens. So I think that's the big difference.
Yeah, that is.
I like the original stories we got too. I like Elemental. I loved Elemental, and I'm so glad that movie did well. Did you get to see Elemental last year?
No, I never did. I wanted to pick up the 4K, but it was a Walmart exclusive, and that was the only way you could get that release. But I just decided I'll see it when I see it.
You definitely should check it out. It's a great film.
Yeah, I
Only saw
definitely will.
Zootopia. Okay, only saw Zootopia once, but felt like the message was amazing. It was a fantastic message. I love that movie. Ki Hakwan is the GOAT. I agree. Scouts Gru looks like Space Goonies. I'm going to check that out. We're going to be talking about that soon because we're going to get into the live action stuff. Disney is cranking them out. Like we'll see 2 or 3. Yeah, they're not playing. Andy back. I just know it. I feel like Andy is going to be back soon too. Yu-Gi-Oh is goated. Yeah, man. You said you love Yu-Gi-Oh too, right?
Yeah, I still played the card game on my phone.
Me too. We got the Nintendo Switch, Pokemon cards, Minecraft toys, and plushies. That's true. Too bad we only see a little chunk of the real Buzz Lightyear. Yeah. Hey, speaking of, I was just talking about the Spoiler Kings earlier because I have a new webcam. That's why I look a little different.
Yeah, you
and they
actually
were the
look
ones that helped me get it.
You look really good on your new webcam.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I like this a lot better than what I had before. I was like going back and forth and testing it. I was like, oh my God, I look way better now. I just got to get the lighting right. Because there's this thing where I move my hand and the lighting change. I don't know what that's about.
Oh, wow.
I actually like Tron Legacy. Tron is one of those movies that was ahead of its time. I remember being blown away by Tron. Just on a visual aspect, I was like, what the heck is this? Tron Lives. Did anybody watch Tron Uprising? No, I have not.
No, never heard of it.
They got the 4K master from overseas for Tron 1. I got it. I think it's hard to find, though. Okay. So you can look into that. Okay,
Yeah.
let's move to the next next section of this wrap up. Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Someone was just talking about this. Goonies in space. Let's look at the description first. The Skeleton Crew is set during the New Republic era, the years after Return of the Jedi, and based on its plot synopsis, will be about four kids lost in the galaxy trying to make their way home. Jude Law is also set to make his debut in the galaxy far, far away, this time as a Force user named Jad Na Nawud. We also got first look at the suburbs looks like in the look. We also got a first look at what the suburbs look like in the Star Wars universe based on a trailer at D23. Let's see what we got. It says heavily based on the Goonies. This is the first time I'm seeing this trailer. I've heard of
Tomorrow's
because we
test
haven't really seen that.
will set the course of your entire future.
Ooh, John Watts, the guy who did
Don't
Spider-Man.
you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what? What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy?
Yeah,
A
finally
real
getting to new
adventure.
places.
No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods. What do you think it is?
Visually, this looks great.
I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
Yeah, these are kids. This is like Stranger Things age kids.
Be careful where you step.
Man, they look like they're getting themselves
We're
in
lost.
trouble.
Yeah,
We're lost.
It is dangerous out there in space.
What was that accent?
No one.
Wow. Ooh, is that Jude Law? They said he's a Force
You're a
user.
Jedi.
Interesting. Number 3rd. Very, very interesting. I think that looks really solid.
I definitely am intrigued by it.
Yeah. It has a
Like,
very 80s vibe.
it does.
It says heavily inspired by the Goonies. You can see it all through it. It looks like Goonies meets Star Wars. I really like it. I think I'm interested in checking it out. Like I've been kind of burnt by the Star Wars shows. But I really like the aesthetic. I like that we're getting to tackle a different part of the universe finally.
I definitely agree.
And from a different point of view. Because we don't really get the kid point of view of this universe.
No, you don't.
It does look like it's leaning towards younger, so I'm gonna have my expectations there. This is probably trying to get kids back into get kids back into Star Wars because Star Wars is not hot for kids right now, right? Like, I think a lot of people 25 and up, maybe 30 and up, love Star Wars because they grew up on it. But like people who are under 18, not really.
Don't really know.
Yeah, and even younger than that, like 10-year-olds and things like that, they have other things. The MCU is their Star Wars. So this might be the entry point for a lot of kids. What do you think overall about this, Dave?
I am definitely interested in it. And I like how it doesn't look like I like how it looks a little bit more realistic, like practical stuff. It doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't look heavily like CGI.
Yeah, you can't see the green screen as much.
Yeah, but I will check it out, but like I said, it's not going to be till next year.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know you're gonna get your Disney Plus back next year.
Yep.
Let's see. 80s Kid says Skeleton Crew looks great. I know this is right down your alley, 80s Kid. He said Tron Legacy is a TV show that was a prequel to Tron Uprising, I guess he's saying. It's a TV show that was a prequel to Legacy. Fortunately, it was canceled. Why do you do all the best tunes get canned? Fortunately, a lot of people don't be watching these tunes, man.
Yep.
Let's see. Jay Pylon said it got the 80s feel, Space Goonies. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It feels real 80s. We don't really have that kids get into trouble, explore a plane that they never explored anymore. We don't get stuff like that anymore.
No, we don't.
Kenny Sparks has to dip because he has to spend time with his lovely wife. Thank you for being on the live chat, man. I appreciate you being here. We'll see you next time. Stay up.
Have a good night, Kenny Sparks.
Says 80 Kids says so apparently Jad Nawood, who's being played by Jude Law, is an alias name. Is an alias name for Jude Law. Oh, it's an alias name. Okay. So that might not be his real name. He might be actually playing a character we know. Interesting. So that's like his alias. Then later on, it'll get revealed who he is.
Huh.
I'm interested. That makes it even more interesting to see how tied into the universe he is.
Yeah.
Skeleton Crew looks good. So far, I'm pretty excited about everything we've seen so far from D23. Let's talk about some Marvel. My favorite part of Disney. Agatha All Along. We get the full official trailer. I reacted to the teaser trailer on my live stream. I have not got a chance to watch this full trailer, so it's going to be the first time seeing this.
I watched it.
It says a new trailer for the WandaVision sequel series, Agatha All Along, hits its stage at D23, along with a performance of original song, The Ballad of Witch's Road. Catherine Humble reprised her role as the witch Agatha and is joined by her show co-stars Joe Locke, Patty LuPone, Aubrey Plaza, Shashir Zamata, Ali An, and Deborah Jo Rupp. The show will follow Han in the aftermath of WandaVision, having to face a magical gauntlet of trials, did not know that, along the witch's road as she seeks to gain her power back. That's like the biggest synopsis that I've gotten from this so far. Because I really haven't been sure what this has been about, you know? So let's check out this trailer. I know you've seen it. It's going to be my first time watching it. Please load. Don't do this to me.
Don't do this.
Okay.
Agatha.
Who's been messing up everything?
The Covenless Witch.
It's been Agatha all along.
No. What really happened to you?
I really like the whole amnesia. They stuck with the amnesia thing. She got like a regular job as a cop. So
she took every little bit of power I had.
Is that really her?
I'm assembling a coven. We gotta get back on top. I'm gonna walk the road. Join me.
Darkest hour, wake thy
Is this gonna be a musical?
The Witch's Road will give you the thing you want most. If you make it to the end.
The road is a death wish.
Yeah. Oh.
Heard you guys were having a party.
What's up?
Hey. Shall we?
It will test us and our knowledge of the
They
craft.
actually got a green witch?
We don't even know what we're up against.
Our worst
Yeah,
nightmares.
that part was actually.
How do we pass this trial without any power?
We survive, like witches have been doing for centuries.
What happens next?
I love Aubrey Plaza.
I just need these witches to get me to the end.
Everything.
The bodies are really piling up.
Why do you let them believe those things about you?
Because the truth is too awful.
I want my prize!
Time to finish the road. Last one there is a nice person.
Follow me, my friend, to glory at the end.
Well, that's next month. This is coming out soon.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like I have mixed feelings on this, right? Like, I think that this is very, very different from everything we've gotten from the MCU. Even WandaVision, which this is a spin-off off. It doesn't feel like WandaVision at all. I'm glad that we're going to be getting different things in the MCU. I don't want everything to look the same. I don't want everything to flow the same. It'll get boring.
Yeah.
But I think when they're on set in a building, it looks great, right? I think that like in a house, when they're in the witch's castle, when they're in that. But I think when they're outside, it doesn't look as good.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. I thought I was bugging. I was like, the VFX looks weird, and I wish they would have went more practical
Yeah,
with the
same
outside
here.
aspects. Because it doesn't look things don't look tangible. Like when they're looking at that house from far away, it doesn't literally look like they're looking at a house far away. It looks like a
No, it doesn't. Looks like
VFX structure.
yep.
I think the storyline looks interesting. The part that she said in terms of like, oh, bodies are dropping. I'm interested to see how that works. If there are going to be a lot of kills because there's a big cast here, so they have enough people to kill off.
Yeah, they do.
And I am interested in seeing how they balance the whole cast. And Joe Locke is a very important character in the Marvel world as one of Wanda's kids grown up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's one of her kids. That's the one that could do magic from WandaVision. But he's aged up.
Wow.
So I wonder how that's going to tie in, if he even knows that he's her kid, and also where's his brother. So I'm interested in all that. How do you feel overall about the trailer and just the synopsis and everything going on with Agatha?
I am interested. It does look pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, it's just not something I'm interested in. Like I said, I'm just gonna wait for a lot of this till
Gotcha.
next year.
To binge it next year. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Does it feel like something you want to need to run to?
No, like a lot of these shows, I'm waiting for when Daredevil comes out, and then I'll just watch a bunch of shows then.
Gotcha. Let's see what the spoiler king says. Him, he might be a Jedi that's hiding out after they were disbanded. Oh yeah, because this is after Return of the Jedi, right? So
Yeah,
that makes sense. That's why he's
yeah,
in
it
that jail.
does.
Agatha gives me CW vibes. I can see that. I feel like it felt a little bit like Riverdale, because there was like witches and things like that on there. Um, so I can kind of see the CW vibes a little bit.
I've never seen Riverdale.
I've never watched fully Riverdale, but I've seen like clips and things like that, and it gives me that vibe.
Hmm.
I really don't know if this is needed right now. It also seems like a Marvel afterthought. Interesting. What do you mean by afterthought? Because I feel like they've been taking the time to make sure that this show is done right. Because they could have just, if it was an afterthought, I think they would have just put it out the way it was, right? But we'll see. We'll see. I can see that. I think they have so much hype behind Secret Wars and the Russo brothers and Robbie Downey Jr. coming back. A lot of people aren't as hyped for the smaller projects as they were before.
Yeah, I can see that.
Agree on the mixed feelings. I love women-led series, but I don't care much about Agatha. That's totally fair. I liked her character a lot from WandaVision.
So did I. I thought she was really good in WandaVision.
Yeah, she was. I thought she was amazing in WandaVision. Did we miss you? Rhetorical question. Zach is the homie. I appreciate you, Kal-El. I hope you're doing well. He said, hey, Tank. He's like, it's Byron. Brian. Sorry. That's hilarious. You never know which spoiler king you're going to get. All right. Moving on from Agatha. Keep your comments coming in about it. Fantastic Four snippets were put in there. Obviously, we got announcements at Comic-Con about Fantastic Four, but I think they kind of basically showed the same things that they showed, that leaked trailer that leaked online.
Wait, there was a Fantastic Four trailer that leaked?
It was, it leaked online. It showed like Galactus. It showed them in the suits. It showed the flying cars.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it looked pretty good. It showed Mr. Fantastic in a class teaching something, and kind of looked trippy. But it got taken down pretty fast.
I found the Daredevil trailer and I recorded it really quick.
Yeah, I saw pieces of that as well. I'm excited for Fantastic Four, man. It has a really fantastic cast of Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things, Ebon Moss Barack from The Bear and Shameless, and also like Julia Garner, who I think is a fantastic actress, who's been playing Shala Ball version of Silver Surfer. Ralph Ineson, who's been around for a long time, he's going to be playing Galactus, and he has the perfect voice for it. And Paul Walter Hauser, Natasha Lyonne, and John Malkovich. Like we don't know who they're playing, but those are three great actors as well. How are you feeling about Fantastic Four?
I am mainly interested in it because of Pedro Pascal and
Hmm.
the lady from the Mission Impossible
Vanessa
movies.
Kirby.
Yeah, I don't know her real name until somebody tells me her name. I just call her the Mission Impossible girl.
But when you say that, people might think you're talking about Rebecca Ferguson
I know.
because she's more of the Mission Impossible girl. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yes, Vanessa Kirby. She was also in Napoleon.
Oh,
She's been in
she
a bunch of stuff.
was.
Yeah, she was playing his wife.
Oh, I didn't
Um,
even realize that.
yep, that's the same actress. She's a
Oh
good
my.
actress. She's a really good actress.
Yeah, she is.
Swiller Kings, well, Brian said the effects aren't done well. They should have put it out earlier. They should have put it out earlier. What do you mean put it out earlier? If the effects are done well, you think they should take their time on the effects, right? We'll see. Agatha is a show Iger inherited. Definitely is a show that a lot of these shows Iger inherited. And we're going to talk about that shift from shows to movies that he's probably going to be taking. It shows Herbie. It shows Herbie. Are you saying that Paul Walters? A lot of people think Paul Walter Hauser is going to play Herbie, the robot, for the Fantastic Four. Marvel lucky they got a film releasing next year. I'm actually interested in. Well, why you say lucky? Like if you don't go, nobody else is gonna go. People are gonna go check out Fantastic Four. Just
Yeah,
off
I know
name,
I am.
yeah. Like, and I'm gonna check out Brave New World as well. I'm excited for all three films. Thunderbolts. I'm excited for all three of them.
Yeah, I'm excited for them too.
Hot take: Pedro Pascal is overrated. That is definitely a hot take.
Yeah, that is. But I like him. My
Yeah,
very
I love.
first.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I would say, yeah, I was just saying, I was agreeing with you that I love Pedro Pascal. I've seen him in multiple movies, and he has range out the wazoo.
Yeah, and my very first introduction to him was in Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, he's one of those people that made it hot off of Game of Thrones, just like Joseph Quinn. His stablemate on Fantastic Four was also in Game of Thrones.
Which one does he play in Fantastic Four?
He's playing Johnny Storm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Daredevil Born Again. A snippet of that came along. If you got to see the snippet of this, it looked really great. It showed a lot of the returning characters. We got
Oh,
not official, but technically like Bullseye's coming back, Punisher's coming back. We got White Tiger, which I didn't think that was happening. A lot of people thought White Tiger was gonna be Jenna Ortega. Don't know if that's true. Um, and we got a little a showdown between Charlie Cox Daredevil and Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin talking to each other one on one. We also got Daredevil and Punisher face to face as well. That looked intense. You saw the first look. What do you think about Daredevil Born Again?
oh my God! It gave it gave me vibes to the original Netflix version.
Yeah,
It looks bloody. It looks brutal. Look very, very graphic. I cannot wait.
yeah, and
And
they've been doing press. Wait,
the
go ahead.
scene with Vincent D'Onofrio
Yeah,
and him is really good. And then same with the guy who plays Punisher.
yeah, John Barthenol.
Yep. Whew.
Yeah, I agree. Both of those were short but sweet, and they were really, really intense. And they've been doing press at the D23, and Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Kingpin, said that this show goes places that the Netflix show didn't go, which
Yeah.
I find that very, very interesting that they're going to be able to pull that off.
And I sent you something where just last night where he posted something that what was it that Vincent D'Onofrio posted, like there was a scene in the show that is so graphic that he is surprised that Disney allowed it.
It's very, very interesting, this shift that we're getting
Yeah.
from Disney in terms of the content that they put out. And I do think it's in response to trying to compete with Netflix.
Yeah, and make it more like I don't want to say adult based, but more like mature like.
Yeah, so more because there's some people who feel like Disney is just for kids,
Yeah. Like
and they don't really watch their content.
like I have a thing that they should do their own, like have the kids part on one part and the more like adult kind of base on another part. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they have parental controls though.
Oh,
So
they do.
like, yeah. So you can have a profile that's just for the kids, and only things that are kid friendly will be on there, and then you can have your profile that has everything.
Oh
So
well, that's
yeah.
good.
So like if you do that, Daredevil won't show up. Agent of Shield won't show up. Deadpool doesn't show up. Some of the X-Men movies don't show up. So yeah, they did that so that parents can control it. It's just up to the parents to do it properly, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And they kind of trying to separate things by having Hulu as well, and then you can have Hulu with the mature stuff. Disney Plus sticks with but now they're combining them. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the future of Disney goes with them kind of just combining the mature stuff with the kid friendly stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
He said, "No, I think the effects weren't done well and should have come out before the shift in Marvel. It might fall into Ironheart realm. Took too long to come out after WandaVision." Okay, I see what you're saying. Because these are two products after Bob Iger came and tried to do a quality control. But we'll see. We'll see. Just not everything that came out when Bob Iger here wasn't there was bad. Let's not act like every show was bad. To me, only one show was like awful in of the Disney Plus shows, and that was Secret Invasion. That was trash.
Oh, I did not like that. The only thing I liked about it was Samuel Jackson and the lady from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Amelia Clark.
Yep, that was the only two things I liked about it.
Hey, CC, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. Michael 111591 says, "So looking forward to Daredevil Born Again." Me too. I love that Netflix show. So good. Daredevil looks amazing. Gives me Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. Give me Jessica Jones and Luke Cage in it too. 9 episodes and 9 episodes later. Yeah. So originally it was supposed to be 18 episodes, but now they're splitting it up and making it 9, which I think is a better. I think 18
Yeah,
weeks of one show is too much.
I definitely agree.
And they did say in an interview that there are going to be some surprising cameos inside of the show. So I do think Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and maybe even Iron Fist can show up.
I definitely want the Jessica Jones show to come back
Yeah.
because that's like my second favorite Netflix Marvel show.
Yeah. It was really, really good.
I definitely agree.
I'm so glad Punisher is coming back. Literally prayed for it. It's one of my favorite series ever. I've watched season 2 in full about 10 times. Wow.
Wow.
I love that Punisher show. It was so good. So I feel you.
I can't
Yes.
remember. Oh, go ahead.
You don't remember the Punisher show?
I can't remember if I finished it.
Oh, it was so good.
I think I may have watched the first season.
Yeah.
I
But you didn't see the second one?
No, I don't think I saw the second.
You definitely should go back and see it before Boarding Again comes in, so you all catched up.
I'm definitely planning to do that. I'm planning to watch all the shows all over again.
Yeah. Yes, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage too. They were great shows. Yeah, man. Michael Coulter is a great actor. He was great as Luke Cage. His show that he was doing really well, Evil, just stopped. So he has time now to do another project. And Kristen Ritter, who's playing Jessica Jones, also her show that she was doing on Shudder is done. So it's perfect timing for both of them to come back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He said, "We don't talk about Secret Invasion. No, no, no." I feel you, man. That was a disaster. Um, Next is Avatar 3 is now Avatar Fire and Ash. I swear, Avatar is literally just stealing stuff from the Avatar animated series.
I am so excited.
Yeah. I am a late fan on the Avatar series. Avatar 1, I watched. When did Avatar 2 come out? Was that last year?
Avatar 2 came out, I think, what? Wait.
No, it was the year before that.
Yeah.
It wasn't. This is 2024. It came out in 2022, the end of
Yes.
2022.
Yes.
I really liked Avatar 1 because I watched it in the lead to Avatar 2. I loved Avatar 2, so, Way of Water. So I'm excited for Fire and Ash.
I love Avatar, the first one.
Yeah.
And the second one, I think I enjoy more because of all the water creatures and everything.
Yeah.
And
did you see it in 3D?
No, I saw it in Dolby Atmos.
Okay.
And it was in 4K. So it was really good. I saw it actually on my birthday.
Nice. That's a great birthday present.
Yeah. It seems like every time an Avatar movie comes out, it's around my birthday because they always release in December.
That's perfect.
Yep. And I just found out something. I was 22 when the first Avatar movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
And when the final movie comes out in 2031, as long as nothing happens, like we don't get any strikes or anything,
yeah,
I will be 44 years old.
That's so crazy.
I know. I found
20 years.
I found that out. I'm like, holy cow. I can't believe that.
Yeah. 20 years. But I'm really excited. Some of the details that they talk about Avatar Fire and Ash says after the smash success of Avatar Way of the Water, it makes sense that its planned follow-up film will be about all about fire. Director James Cameron and star Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana took the stage. While there's no official details in the sequel when they talked, Cameron did show attendees concept art from the film showing the Ash people of the Na'vi in their otherworldly masks, taking clear inspiration from traditional Native American ghost dances, which has been controversial with the Avatar series, with him kind of taking things from Native American culture, but not putting any Native Americans in the movies or giving them credit. But he also went on to say that this version, because how the Ash people are, it's going to be a little bit more violent and dark compared to the first two. I find interesting.
I'm definitely looking forward to this movie. I really am. And next year I will be. Well, wait, I'm going to be 36 this year. So I'll be 37 next year.
When that comes out. Yep.
Yep. I had to think about that for a minute. I always forget my age.
Ace gets said Fire Ash is going to be great. I hope. I really like the first one too. Facts. I watched Avatar the first time back in 2020. Nice. And what's interesting about my experience with Avatar, the first one, is that I heard such bad things about the first one for so long. You know, it's just a ripoff and it's not good and all this other stuff. And then I watched it at home and I was like, this is great. What are the people talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, go ahead.
I saw Avatar 2 in XD 3D. Nice. Song by the Weekend is great. Yeah. But what were you about to say? I cut you off.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, yeah. But I guess after Avatar 3, the next one won't be coming out till 2027. 27, yeah.
Yeah, because I think they say they're going to do every other year.
Yeah, and then the last one, the fifth one, is going to be 2031.
Yeah. They're supposed to be like flip-flopping between Star Wars. So Star Wars comes out 1 December, then Avatar, Star Wars, Avatar, Star Wars, Avatar. We'll see if that actually works out.
Yeah, I hope so. Trust me, I don't want to be any older when the fifth one comes out.
Yeah, me neither. My knees
And
and my back start hurting.
yeah, and I guess the last movie is going to be. I've heard this from different things, but I've heard the last one's going to be on Earth.
Mm. Ooh, that'll be interesting if the Navis find a way to go to Earth
Yeah,
after all this. I like that idea.
yeah, that's the rumors I've been hearing, but I don't know if it's true. But that's just what I've been hearing online.
I like that rumor. Hopefully, it becomes true.
Yeah.
Speaking of franchises that giant gaps in between, Freaky Friday 2 is now called
Oh
Freakier
God.
Friday.
Oh,
I'm personally, I grew up on Freaky Friday. This was a movie that I watched tons of times when I was younger. I love this film. I always had the idea of like, what happened? I switched bodies with someone. It's just a fun time. This was when Lindsay Lohan was on top of the world, right?
yeah, I remember this movie.
And Jamie Lee Curtis winning that Oscar is what got this movie made because she pulled for it after she won the Oscar. While there aren't a lot of details about this film, stars Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis appeared on stage to announce Freaky Friday 2, the sequel to 2003. So this movie's coming out 22 years later.
Wow.
Will be officially titled Freakier Friday. According to Disney press release, the sequel sees the return of mother-daughter duo as Anna and her daughter prepare to marry into a new family. The Acolytes Manny Jacinto stars as Anna's new husband, which I find very interesting. That Disney is going in all on Manny. It says also returning in Freaky Friday from the original cast is Mark Harmon, Chad Michael Murray, who was her original love interest, Christina Vidal Mitchell, Haley Hudson, Lucille Soon, Stephen Tobolsky, and Rosalind Chow. I'm glad that a lot of the original cast is coming back. I hate when they don't invite everyone back.
Yeah.
For these things. But yeah, I'm excited. It said it's supposed to hit theaters sometime in 2025. Another movie that they have coming out in 2025.
I don't know. I think this one's going to be a pass for me.
It's a pass for you. You're not a Freaky Friday fan? You didn't grow up on Freaky Friday?
I've never even seen the first one, so
how could you? It's a hood classic. You gotta watch Freaky Friday.
If I find it at the library, maybe I'll rent it.
After the library, buy it on 4K.
They don't even have a 4K release of it.
Oh, you look for it?
Yeah, I've looked before.
Okay. Whenever you get a chance to check it out, Freaky Friday is a great film. You're gonna have a good time with it.
I hope so.
But yeah, I get it. If you've never seen it, you're not gonna have the nostalgia barriers for it.
Yeah. And I just don't like the concept of a older woman switching into a younger woman's body, and
they're both adults.
How young was Lindsay Lohan?
Oh, you talking about when the original one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Lindsay Lohan was pretty young. I think Lindsay Lohan's around my age, so she was pretty young. She was probably 23. 23?
I thought she was younger.
2003? No, I was 13 in 2003. So yeah, she's probably like 13, 15, around that age.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it was just fun shenanigans, you know.
I'll look into it. I'll see if I can find it at the library.
Yeah, give it a try. Give it a try. Everybody in the live chat, Freaky Friday. Are y'all loving the Freaky Friday? Am I the only one? Let me put up a poll. Y'all blowing my mind right now. I thought this was beloved. How could y'all not?
Sorry, Zach.
Freaky Friday, a classic or nah?
Oh, I can't. Oh man, I don't know why.
Let's see. 80s Kid said he heard great things about Avatar before he watched it. Nice. Hot take: Star Wars should take place away in the future, eons before Skywalkers, or just reboot.
No, on the reboot.
I personally would love a reboot. Right? I would love a reboot. I would love for them to start over and kind of streamline a lot of the ideas that we've had all the years that kind of conflict with each other. And a lot of the legends and a lot of the games and all that stuff. bring all those people into the live action, and we'll have like a plethora of new characters and things to play with. But I know that's what my brain wants, but my heart knows that diehard fans they don't want that, like you and a bunch of
Yep,
other
I
people.
would be not happy. I would totally boycott the movie.
Yeah. So, and I know a lot of people probably will boycott the movie. So let's go way in the future. Let's get away from the Skywalkers. Let's establish some new characters that
Yeah, I
a
agree
new
with that.
generation can attach to.
Yep. Or even do some of the stuff that the books are based on.
But is the stuff in the books in the future, or is it still in the Skywalker era?
Some are way in the past. Like there's a book that tells about the Jedi 2,000 years before the Skywalker, like how the Jedi first came to be. There's a book based on that.
Okay. Well, they are doing a movie based on that with James Mangold.
Oh, I didn't know if that was still happening.
Well, we don't know, but it just hasn't been canceled yet, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Freaky from Blumhouse? Never saw it. Have you seen Freaky from Blumhouse?
Nope.
No. Yeah, I haven't seen it. If reboot, it should be influenced by Macquarie concept drawings. Ooh, Christopher McQuarrie did want to make his own Star Wars film and didn't get a chance to.
I'm sorry if he did that. I wouldn't support him.
Freaky Friday was great. Thank you. Someone else that liked Freaky Friday. She pulled for this, but not True Lies 2. Why? I think that wait, she was in True Lies? I don't remember that. I haven't seen True Lies in like forever.
I'm still right here. I'm just grabbing something.
Do you think? True Lies. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis was in True Lies. I haven't seen True Lies in forever. I feel like Freaky Friday is an easier pull than True Lies. Is it on Disney Plus? Is Freaky Friday on Disney Plus? That's a good way. It should be. It's owned by them now. Freaky Friday 2023. Yes, is it on Disney Plus? Check it out. Freakier Friday is an adult movie waiting to happen. Oh God. Oh yeah, it definitely is. I also haven't seen Freaky Friday. Oh my God. Are you shading age transitioners? I don't think that's what he was talking about. You're the only one. The twins and Solo dying is kind of based on a book. The twins and Solo dying? I'm not sure what you're talking about. But let's move into the next topic. Well, not next topic, but the next part. Tron Ares. Somebody was bringing up Tron earlier. Yeah, and they announced that Tron franchise will continue with Tron Ares. They said the first look at the third film in the franchise. Jeff Bridges once again returns to the series set in the world inside a computer mainframe. Co-starring Bridges are Evan Peters, Greta Lee, Jared Leto as Titular. I don't know how to say that word. Ares. Evan Peters and Greta Lee are great. Jared Leto can be great depending on who's directing him. A highly sophisticated, can't talk right now. Sophisticated AI sent to the real world for an undisclosed mission. It was also revealed that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross band 9 Inch Nails will be composing the film's soundtrack. Tron has become one of the most unlikeliest films to get a third film, considering the 1982 film and the Tron Legacy film had disappointing box office returns. However, he won't complain about getting more. That's very interesting that they're going to continue with this franchise despite both movies not doing well. Someone must be just putting their money into it.
Yeah.
Someone's just like, we're going to get these Trons off. I don't care if they do well or not. You said you have seen Tron films or no?
I have.
How do you feel about a new one?
I don't think I've ever seen the original.
Okay.
But I've seen.
Oh yeah, you said you saw Tron Legacy, right?
Yes.
And how do you like that one?
That one I liked it.
I've only seen Tron, the first one, but I was really young. I just remember my mind being blown by the visuals. I don't really remember the story. I haven't seen Tron Legacy yet.
Okay.
It says Tron Ares, yes, been waiting 14 years for this movie. The original Tron is great.
I'm just trying
Hey,
to find something here to show you guys that's pretty cool.
request for you to do a watch along of Freaky Friday. Since you like Freaky Friday, you want to see how you feel on this. Ooh, I like that request. I'll see. I haven't done a watch along in a long time, so we'll see.
Oh,
Oh,
well, I'll ask you during the Q&A.
yeah. Moana 2 isn't the only upcoming Disney project for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Here's where a lot of people talk about how there's a lot of sequels, but we're also beginning an original project called Monster Jam with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's also developing a new film with the studio called Monster Jam, inspired by the monster truck driving event of the same name. While plot details are otherwise sparse, the film is currently shooting. They're shooting the film,
Oh, wow.
so this is happening. And then we have another original film. A lot of these original ones kind of went on the radar, and I think they'll get some hype once they start like getting closer to release. I think
Hmm.
that people are just focused on Incredibles 3 and Toy Story 5 and everything. But we have a trailer for a new film called Win or Lose. I haven't even heard about this, so let's check it out.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Pickles, huddle up. You all did great today, but there is one person who did the same level as all of you, just fantastic, but better. Anyway.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
I see a whole lot of people who underestimated us. And you know what? Sometimes
this
you have to earn
animation
your
is
respect.
crazy.
Tonight is our moment for redemption.
Is it? Oh, is it a show?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is Pixar's first ever original TV series. I've had a feeling it felt less like a movie than it felt more like a show. But even though the visuals are amazing, it says Pixar's first ever original TV series is on the way. Titled "Win or Lose," the new show introduces us to the Pickles, a softball team gearing up for a championship. We're right along with 8 different characters, including insecure kids, helicopter parents, a lovesick umpire, and the Pickles coach, voiced by Will Forte, as they prepare for the game of their lives. Sounds solid.
Yeah, I'll have to check into it eventually.
And then another thing that they're doing is Dream Productions, which I found interesting. And I feel like a lot of people didn't talk about this. Pixar is going to do another TV show called Dream Productions, an Inside Out spinoff about the dream factory inside of Riley's head. The show takes place between the events of Inside Out 1 and 2, and while Pixar has yet to reveal if characters from the original films will be involved, you could bet we'll be in for a ton of dreamy hijinks. I think that's genius. How do you feel about Dream Productions?
It is what it is. I'm not really into it, but
Did you like Inside Out 2?
I still haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Inside Out 2?
No, I've never even seen the first one.
What is going on? Let me stop talking like I don't see movies. But why haven't you seen Inside Out 1 and 2 yet?
I was gonna buy Inside Out on 4K last month, but it was completely sold out on Amazon. The only way I could get it is like I would have to buy it from a seller, and they were selling it for a crazy amount. And now the Steelbook is on you can pre-order the Steelbook for the 4K on Amazon, but they're charging $65.99 just to pre-order it.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so I said, that ain't worth it.
You gotta start streaming sometimes, man. I know you like it. I know you like your physical media, but you gotta stream sometimes.
I know.
Or rent it. At least rent it.
I'm going to rent them both when they come out at the library.
He's just like, I gotta get my physical. I'm not doing no streaming.
That's how I am. I don't do streaming really, unless it's something I'm really, really interested in.
Gotcha. 80s Kid said Monster Jam sounds interesting. Yeah, it looks like something different. Kal-El gave me a yeet. I've been waiting 3 years for Win or Lose to release. It was announced a few years back. Really? Okay, that's the first time I'm hearing about it. They've been working on it for a while then.
Yeah, this was the first time I heard about it.
The trailer gave me no idea about what this show's about, but I love the animation style. Well, I read the description after. So, yeah, it's about a softball team getting ready to play the biggest game of their life. But it looks like a bunch of other hijinks is going to be happening visually. Looks cool, but it's not giving much in trailers, which I think trailers don't need to give away too much, like sometimes just get me interested in what the look and what it's about and the characters, and then I'll watch it and I'll find out then. Sometimes trailers give me the whole thing and I'm like, I'm not even interested no more.
Yeah. They don't need to give everything away.
Facts. Dream Production sounds amazing. It sounds pretty good. If they execute it correctly, and if we get a little bit of the characters from the movies inside of it, I'm down.
I agree.
Pixar doing TV shows sounds interesting. Yeah, rest in peace, Bing Bong. Oh my God, that still hurts me to this day. Inside Out 1 and 2 is the best therapy. Well, I would say going to therapy is the best therapy, but Inside Out 1 and 2 is it's the second best therapy. $65.99. They want you to turn your wallet inside out. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I just pre-ordered Kingdom of Planet Apes for $27.99 for the Steelbook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where'd you get it off?
Amazon.
Amazon?
Yep.
Oh. Was that the 4K Steelbook?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Because it says $34.99.
Yeah, I ordered it. We're on August 20th. I did it like the first week of August.
Oh, nice.
The $27.99. I was like, let me get it.
Yeah, definitely.
My next time I order something, I'm gonna get the Kill Steelbook. I'm excited for that one. I think that's $35.
I want to see that movie, but I'm gonna rent it first.
Gotcha. These kids dying. All right, so we talked about Dream Productions. Just the jokes we're making. We talked about Elio teaser. And then another original film. A lot of people were like, "Oh my god, all these sequels!" We got another original one, Hoppers. Just announced Disney and Pixar's newest original film. There's another Pixar film, starred John Hamm, Bobby Moynihan, and Piper Curda, and it's coming to theaters in 2026. And this is the little first look at it. I like the animation. It looks really nice and insane. Honestly, this whole thing looks crazy. Let's see. It says another original Pixar film to look out is for Hoppers by We Bear Bears creator Daniel Chung. Hoppers introduces us to Mabel, a young girl who transfers her consciousness into a robot beaver. Oh, it's a robot? In order to learn more about the world of animals, with the concept of like robot beaver body swap, I'm in. Hopper's voice cast includes John Hamm and everybody I just said. Oh, okay, so that's what this little person in the background is doing. She's transferring her consciousness inside here, and this must be the scientist that's probably telling her not to do it, and she still did it.
Oh, wow. That sounds kind of cute.
It sounds kind of cute. Yeah, it does really sound kind of cute. You guys down for Hopper? I'm going to drop a new poll. Let me close the poll I just did.
I'm definitely interested in it when it
Actually, I'm just going to ask you guys if you are into the new stuff. So that's Hopper, Elio, and Win or Lose, or Monster Jam. I'm gonna give you an option. Which one of the original stuff are you guys excited for?
Which one was Elio again?
Elio's the one where the kid gets abducted by aliens and has to defend Earth in a contest.
Oh, that sounds interesting. I'll definitely check that one out.
Yeah, the teaser trailer is out if you want to check it out.
I will. I'll check it out tomorrow. Because at 10 o'clock I have another live stream to go to.
Nice. You out here just live streaming Monster Jam.
I know.
Win or Lose is the last one. Win or Lose. Win or Lose. Let me know which one you like the most. So the last poll I put was Freaky Friday a classic or not. It was 50-50. 50% said yes, 50% said no. So divisive.
I can't vote on them for some reason.
Oh yeah, because you're on here, so you're not gonna be able to vote.
Oh, that's why. All right.
Yeah. Hopper sounds interesting. The villain is voiced by John Hamm, but not Ham. Pete Doctors was great at D23 presentation. That's true. Elio and Win or Lose are the ones that you're interested in. Make sure you vote. You only can vote for one. Okay. What we got? The Win or Lose trailer. We did that. Dream production. Hoppers, which sounds. I already like the concept art and the concept of it. Sounds fun. Um, Lion
Now,
King Mufasa gets a new trailer. I've seen this trailer already, so I don't want to react to it right now. But basically, this trailer was really strong.
I
Have
am,
you seen the trailer?
yes, I am definitely interested in it.
Yeah, I think the fact that they're doing this where it seems like Mufasa is adopted into
Yeah,
Scar's kingdom makes it a lot more dramatic because now it might be that Scar may have a legitimate beef with Mufasa.
yeah,
Which I think is really interesting. And Scar, having his original name and how that they like have that brotherly relationship and how I want to see how it turns bad,
yeah, same here. I want to see that too.
Yeah, Taka is the name of Scar before he becomes Scar.
Really? I was
Yeah.
I was wondering who were they talking about? Taka.
Yeah, Taka
Oh,
is Scar's real name.
okay.
So it's gonna be really, really interesting. I like the. I think the animation looks like they improved on it a ton from the original one, or well, the original live action remake. I
I,
like the voices. I like that the faces on the characters move very like animated like. How are you feeling about this overall?
like I said during the movies with Made Us,
Yeah,
I enjoyed the live action Lion King.
yeah,
So I definitely think I'll enjoy this one. And the main reason I enjoyed the live action Lion King, I knew the story going into it, but I liked how realistic the animals looked.
hmm
I like seeing things like real like that.
yeah.
So I think this one's going to be good. I think it's still going to have that realistic feel to it.
And I love that it's an original story within the universe.
Yeah, and I
It's
like that
not
it's
remaking
original
anything.
story.
Yeah.
That I do like also.
It is just I love sci-fi, but my gut picked win or lose. Got to go with your gut, man. All Taka wanted was a brother. Facts. And then Mufasa came up in here and just stole his kingdom.
Yep.
Piece of crap. Let me stop. I'm already blaming Sarabi. Damn. Ooh, love a good villain origin story. Brotherly Discord sounds exciting. Yeah, I really like the concept they're going here. I think whoever came up with the concept was smart, and the director went on stage and talked about the film, and he's very, very passionate about it. Like he feels like this is going to be a great, great film. So I'm excited to see it because when directors talk with that much passion behind a film, it makes me excited to see it. It's not
Yeah,
just
same
like they're
there.
doing it for money or whatever. Barry Jenkins, who was a phenomenal director, right? Like, let's not act like Barry Jenkins doesn't know what he's doing with a camera.
I'm trying to
You
think.
know,
I'm trying to think. Have I seen it in any? Like, have I seen?
um, maybe not, but he's did the Oscar-winning Best Picture film Moonlight, and he
Oh,
also did
Moonlight. I
If
did
Beale
see
Street
that.
Could Talk. Um,
What was the other one?
If Beale Street Could Talk.
I don't think I've seen that one, but I know I've seen Moonlight.
I watched Beale Street Could Talk either the first time last year or the year before. It was a lovely film. It's a hard watch. It's a hard watch. Not something I would rewatch, and it's not fun, but it's a great film.
Okay. Uh,
Next up is we getting some Disney, Marvel, Star Wars information on some TV shows. We got Ironheart trailer. That was leaked a little bit too.
I
Obviously,
couldn't.
Riri Williams. What you said?
I couldn't find that one.
Oh, okay, yeah. I saw it for a little bit and then it disappeared. They were snatching these trailers down like quick, real quick. So it says, Riri Williams was introduced in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Dominique Thorne was playing her. She's gonna come back in this show. Is gonna be set to premiere next year, it's spring 2025. And it showed Riri working on building herself a new suit because her suit was taken in Wakanda Forever, as well as a look at Parker Robbins, the Hood, which is one of her villains from the comics, played by Anthony Ramos, who has been on a roll lately. He was in Twisters. He's also was in the last Transformers, and most likely he's going to be.
Oh, him.
Yeah, he's also going to probably be in GI Joe. The show also stars Alden Enright, who was Han Solo, Lyric Ross, Matthew Elham, Angie White, Manny Montana, and Shea Cooley. So what I saw from the trailer, it looks solid. I am excited because I'm hearing the story is going to be technology versus magic. And there's that Iron Man's lineage, whether it's Tony Stark, whether it's Rhodey, War Machine, whether it's Rescue, whether it is Riri Williams and anybody else that's around that, it's a big deal of them going against magic, right? And a lot of people thought that, what's his name? What is the devil in the Marvel universe? What's his name again? Devil in Marvel. What is his name? Mephisto. Thank you, Google, for knowing exactly what I was talking about. A lot of people believe that Mephisto is going to be the main villain of this show, but they haven't showed it yet. And the rumored casting is Sacha Baron Cohen, which I think is insane. If you don't know who that is, that's Borat and things like that.
Borat.
Yes.
Oh,
you never see Borat? Yeah.
And he was also in Sweeney Todd.
Yeah. Sacha Baron Cohen, who's a great actor, has a lot of range. He can play funny like Borat, but he also can play very, very serious. And him playing fantastical, because Mephisto is a very dramatic, theatrical character, and I think he can pull that off.
Oh, yeah, he can definitely pull that off.
Yeah, and I think that's a perfect villain for her to go against, because Mephisto is like the manifestation of evil, and it's magic.
It's a her or a him?
Him. So Riri Williams Ironheart believes in science. She doesn't believe in magic. But Mephisto is going to be testing her in terms of that. So that's what I'm hearing the story is going to be about. So I'm really interested to see how that play the magic versus science thing. Because Tony Stark had a little bit of that in the MCU.
Yeah.
I think he had a line. He said that magic is just science that we haven't figured out yet.
Yep.
So I feel like that lineage is going to carry on in Ironheart. So I'm interested to see what's going on there.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
Do you think like that is real? Like, can be like more like you know how magic and science, like what you just said, what Tony Stark said. Do you think that's something that could be compared to like us, our world?
Oh, and like real life?
Yeah.
I think things that we feel are magical can be explained for the most part with some science.
Yeah.
There's some things that I've seen that I'm like, whoa, I don't know how they did that. But I feel like there's certain things that can be explained once it's studied enough. I think we haven't evolved enough to get to that point yet.
Yeah.
But I think eventually a lot of the mysteries of the world will be explained.
I definitely think so too.
Andor season 2. They had the people on stage. They talked about it. It's gonna be 12 episodes. They revealed that this season is going to change the impact. He's dancing about Andor. This season is going to change the impact of how Andor, the Rogue One, feels. A lot of the details in this season is going to show things that we didn't know about Rogue One. Is going to lead right into it, and then we're going to see Rogue One in a different way, which I'm very, very excited. Rogue One's one of my favorite Star Wars films.
Same here.
And I'm excited for it to be elevated. I saw you dancing. You're excited for it. How excited are you for this?
This is my second most anticipated show for Disney. Like Daredevil and this. That's all I care about for Disney Plus next year.
I hear you. I really enjoyed Andor season 1. I thought it was a bit slow in parts, but overall I like what it had to say, and overall the overall story I really enjoyed.
Same here. And I am so happy that they're getting the actor who played oh my gosh, what's his name? The director
Forrest Whitaker.
director Krennic. Director
Forrest Whitaker.
Krennic. Is that the guy who plays him?
Hold on. Let me see. Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
But that character is coming back.
The character?
Hmm?
Oh, Orson Krennic. Oh, Ben Mendelsohn.
Yes, him.
Yeah.
He's coming back as Director Krennic.
Yeah, Ben Mendelsohn, and also Forrest Whitaker's Saw Gerrera is coming back too.
Yep, him too. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. So that's gonna be dope. I'm excited. I think that Rogue One doesn't deal with Jedi's really. Obviously, Darth Vader was at the end, but
Yeah.
for the most part, it doesn't deal with Force or Jedi's. It's just the Resistance, which I think is cool.
Yeah. I definitely think that's a good story.
Yeah.
That is
Kiara
something
said,
I'm
"Oh my God, Shea Cooley, famous drag queen. I love that for her." Oh, I didn't know that. That's dope. Remember all the Mephisto theories a few years back? Yeah, for WandaVision, they swore Mephisto was in everything when Disney Plus show started. Let's go Andor. I'm excited for season 2. Let's go, baby. The season 2 action figure release next month. Oh, nice.
I can't wait for Funko Pops of that.
Yeah. Save the rebellion, save the dream. One way out, one way out, one way out. How much did that cost you, Luthen? Everything. Nice. And then more Star Wars, a show turning into a movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Oh, you went from dancing to, huh?
I'm interested, but I'm also a little hesitant on it.
And why is that?
Because Star Wars movies haven't hit good with me in the last few years.
Okay.
So, and I think this is something they're just trying to do just so they can get people to get their streaming service. That's what I feel like. Oh, they want you to get this just so you can subscribe to their service.
Well,
You see what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well, that's with everything, right? Like every time they make a movie, every time they make a show, every time they're trying to get you to pay money for something. Like so that it can't go unexpected, right? Like everything is made so that you can subscribe to a streaming service or pay for this or buy merch or buy a toy or buy a Funko Pop. That's why they do it.
Well, I can understand going to go see a movie in theaters, but I shouldn't have to like I hope they don't make you watch like all of Andor or not Andor, Mandalorian, Ahsoka, all those other characters
to understand it.
Just to see this movie. Because
Yeah.
I've heard different rumors that Boba Fett's supposed to be in it, Ahsoka's supposed to be in it. And it's like, do you really have to do all this like research just to go see this movie?
I can see that. I think this is made for the people who are fans of those shows. And then the people who are casuals will watch it and hopefully they explain it inside the movie itself.
Yeah.
Like how they did with the Marvels. Like I feel like when you watch the Marvels, you didn't need to watch WandaVision or Miss Marvel to understand who the characters are. They explained it within the movie.
See, I watched the Marvels. I understood it. It was only because I've seen WandaVision and then I watched
the Marvels.
the
Or Miss Marvel.
Marvels. Miss Marvel. Yeah. But I just didn't really like the movie. I watched about 20 minutes of it and then I just turned it off. I'm like
20 minutes.
I'm like, I'm done with this. This is terrible.
Oh no, that movie was fun, but we're not talking about the Marvels.
I know.
I don't want to get into debate with that, but yeah, this movie is just a few weeks of production. So the movie is under production right now. I think it's under pre-production, so they're setting up the sets, they're getting all the armors, all that's coming through. They brought some footage what's next for the Mandalorian bounty hunter and Grogu, and it teased the return of Mando's Razor Crest ship and Star Wars rebel Zeb Orellis, who's been in some of the shows, as well as the Mandalorian Grogu facing an AT-AT Walker on a snowy planet. So it's going to be interesting to see where the story lies, because I'm not sure where this can go. Is this going to be the big final battle where they face off against who was the bad guy in Ahsoka? General.
The guy from Breaking Bad, and who's going to be in Captain America: Brave New World. That guy.
Is he going to be in it?
Yeah.
The bad guy from
Breaking Bad, and
no,
he's
I'm talking about the
also
bad guy from Ahsoka.
he was in Ahsoka, and he was also in
Oh,
Mandalorian.
Lars Mikkelsen, Grand Admiral Thrawn, right? Is that his name?
Oh, him? He's gonna be the bad guy?
I believe he's the big bad of everything. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of someone else.
No, not Giancarlo Esposito.
That's who I
He's not the
thought
big.
it was. That's who
He's
I
not the
thought.
big bad. It's Thrawn, or whatever how you say his name.
Thrawn.
Thrawn. There you go. I know Star Wars fans have been pissed at me for saying however you say his name, but yeah, Thrawn.
That's all right. I'll let you slide.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited for it. I like Mandalorian. I like all 3 seasons of that show. I am a little worried about it getting mixed up with Ahsoka and all the other stuff that's happened, but hopefully they can pull it off. Like you said, Filoni movie is a big crossover. I'm very skeptical. Recently, Filoni has done too much fan service, and I'm hopefully this movie is not fan service. The movie,
Yeah,
actually has a plot.
Mm-hmm.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians season 2 gets announced. I haven't watched season 1 yet. I do want to watch it. It's on my watch list. Have you seen this show?
No, but I've read all the books.
Okay.
And I'm recently reading, I don't know where it is. Oh, wait, right here. Oh, no, it's gone. It's somewhere else in my apartment. But I'm reading book 6.
Nice.
And there's 7 books. They're going to be, the 7th book is coming out in September. Okay. But this TV show, if it follows the book correctly, is going to be really good.
Yeah. I heard first season was really good. That's why I got for season 2. I'm excited to see it. I got to check it out. Walker Scobell, I saw him in that movie with Ryan Reynolds, The Adam Project, and I thought he was great. So I'm excited to see him get more stuff.
I am definitely going to watch the first season of Percy Jackson next year.
Nice. Yeah, when you get your Disney Plus.
That is one of my things on my to-do list to watch.
Gotcha. So that's all the announcements that they had. I think that they missed. I think The Greatest Showman is getting a musical. That's like the only thing that wasn't up there in all the collections and stuff. But other than that, I believe that's everything that was announced at D23. A lot of exciting projects. I wanted to lead into the discussion about the direction Bob Iger is taking Disney. Right. A lot of people complained that this was announced a lot of sequels, not a lot of original titles, right? But before Bob Iger came on, Disney was producing a lot of original movies. Onward, Encanto, Soul. What else came out? I'm trying to think of the other movie that came out. Raya the Last Dragon.
Oh, I like that movie. That was good.
I like that movie too. There were a couple other Luca, Turning Red, all original projects. We were just talking about Elemental, which was an original project, and I feel like I'm missing one other project. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but even go back far and talk about Coco, Wreck-It Ralph, but tons of original movies that were not tons of sequels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other than maybe Elemental, a lot of them didn't do well.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of these original films
they came out during They came out during a pandemic. What did they
They did
expect?
come out. Yeah, they did come out during a pandemic, unfortunately. But they also weren't strong streaming films, right? Like it
Oh,
wasn't that
really?
like people went. The only one that dominated streaming was Encanto consistently. Like that's the only one.
Really?
But when you think about like Onward, that wasn't streamed heavily. Soul wasn't streamed heavily, unfortunately. Some of the other films I'm talking about, even like Elemental, fell off really fast on streaming after a while, which is sad
Hmm.
because I love that movie. So if people are not, I know people couldn't go to the theaters or didn't want to go to theaters because of a pandemic, right? But even like Elemental was after the pandemic, and that movie just kind of did well. And they also had Strange Worlds, which people didn't go see. Then they had Lightyear, which was a spinoff that was after the pandemic. People didn't go see. So I think Bob Iger's like, look, we got to go back to the basics and just release the projects that we know are going to work.
I think I think after he sees these projects are working, maybe he might think about original ideas.
Yeah, because we have a little original ideas sprinkled in, like Monster
Yeah.
Jam, Elio, and there was one other. Monster Jam, Elio. Oh my god.
Monster Jam?
Yeah, it was Monster Jam, Elio, and Hopper.
Hopper, that was the other one.
Yeah, those are the original projects, but it's a lot of sequels. A lot
Yeah.
of sequels, a lot of spin-off from original projects that we've seen already. Like even like something like Dream Productions, which is but it sounds cool, is a spin-off from something that already exists.
Yeah.
And most likely we're gonna get Finding Nemo 3 and Monster Inc. 2 or 3 or whatever they want to call it. They're gonna lean into these sequels because look at Inside Out 2. It just made $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Deadpool Wolverine, another sequel to another film, made $1.4 billion. And we're gonna talk
I
about
just
that soon.
I just saw something online recently
Yeah. Yeah.
that Disney is already in the talks with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds to do another Deadpool movie.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
This movie did crazy numbers. The fans were in love with it, so they're gonna try to go to the well again.
Yeah.
I think when this ties into something like the Acolyte, right? A lot of negative talk from that show come. I don't know about the quality of the show. I've only watched half of the first episode because I just haven't been watching my shows. It might be bad, it might be good. I've seen some people say it was good. I've seen some people say it was terrible, but people were watching the show. When you go to the Nielsen charts, once the show ended, it was the number one show streaming show.
I I never watched it because it just by I sounded interesting the show,
Yeah.
and then I started hearing all this negative stuff, and then how like some people really liked it, some people didn't,
Yeah.
and now that it's got canceled, I'm just not even gonna bother with it.
So, and I totally understand. But I think part of the cancellation was the fact that Disney wants to go away from Star Wars being a streaming sh- franchise because I feel like
I
that's diluting and making the franchise seem lesser than it's supposed to be. And they want to bring it back to the theatrical.
I definitely agree with that because that's where Star Wars originally came from, is
Yeah.
theatrical.
Yeah. And it used to be big events. It wasn't something that we would get all the time. And we don't need to get them all the time.
No, we don't.
We don't need to get
And
them all the time. We don't need a ton of different characters. It's not the MCU. It's not the DCU. It's not. It's not. And I don't think the characters in the world can handle that. I don't think
no,
they have enough variation in story for them to do a bunch of different characters getting their own stuff.
I definitely agree.
So I think that's why the Acolyte got canceled because it wasn't viewership. The show was getting viewed. There was a campaign for the show to get a season 2 online. So there were fans of the show who wanted it. But I think Bob Iger is saying like we need to go back to the OG way of doing Star Wars. And also I feel like Disney has been in this cultural war as they've tried to integrate diversity into their product, which I think they've done a poor job at doing it.
Mhm.
And I think that they're trying to go back in the middle because Disney was for everyone at one point, where like conservatives and people who are not conservative all can enjoy it. And I think that they've pushed like the messaging and things like that one way. And I feel like the conservatives have been boycotting them. So I think they're trying to
Yeah.
shift it back so they can get back into the favor of that. And so everyone can watch it. So they'll go
Yeah,
to
they
universal storytelling where everyone can see themselves in it instead of specific things.
yeah. You need to make it for everyone, not just certain people.
So I think that that's the mind state here because they want to make $1 billion films, right? They don't want
Yeah.
to make $400 million films.
And not
Um,
not everything is gonna hit $1 billion. He's got to understand that, but like some movies aren't gonna hit $1 billion.
and they need to make certain movies a certain budget, knowing
Yeah,
that it's
that
not.
too.
There's no reason that Inside Out 2 cost 200 and something $1 million.
No.
That's too much money. Luckily, it made a lot of money,
Yeah,
but it shouldn't cost that much. And if they do another original film, it also shouldn't cost that much.
no.
But before we go into that, a beloved channel member who's been just gone for a long time, but I've been looking for it. Nanette Blood Rose, how are
Oh,
you
hello.
doing? Welcome back. You've been a member for 4 months. Appreciate you so much. I have a little thing for people who donate for me. Appreciate you guys.
A large popcorn.
A large. You got your money. He got money. Get it all for him.
Get it all for her. She got money because she's a channel member, and I appreciate you. And I'm glad that you're back in the chat. I hope you're feeling well with your cute little doggy. But yeah, I think that Star Wars is and Disney is taking a different direction with how they do um, their products in terms of who they're targeting and what's theatrical and what's a TV show. Like I said, we talked about how like Zootopia was going to be a show, and he was like, "What? No."
Yeah, that doesn't.
Moana 2 was going to be a TV show, and he was like, "No."
Yeah,
Like, who
you don't do
idea was this
that.
to make these shows? So yeah, I think he's steering things in the right direction in terms of where the product is going. I do think hopefully he doesn't steer it too wrong and get rid of the diversity that he was doing
Hmm.
because I like some of that. And we got some really
Yeah,
cool movies like Turning Red and Kanto and Soul. Um, but I just hope that they position them in the right place. That's kind of like where I'm at with that.
yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Appreciate that. So let's get into our second to last topic of the night. And that's one of my favorite things to do, and that's called Attacking the Box Office, where I talk about all the different things that are going on in your box office, letting you know why your favorite movies are going to get a sequel, doing well, all the narratives coming out, or if they bombed, why we're not getting any more. So let's talk about the number one movie of the weekend, and that is my second favorite movie of the year, Alien Romulus. Um, this is a very interesting take, right? Because the movie did fall below expectations, even though it was number one. It made $42 million domestic, made $67 million international for a take of $108 million worldwide. It's the second largest opening for the Alien franchise, only behind Prometheus, which blows my mind because a lot that movie is very divisive. Um,
Yeah.
and it made 50. Prometheus made 50 million. People expected this movie to make anywhere from 48 to 55 million dollars. So 42 was below expectations. And I think a big part of it was even though Kaylee Spaney and Isabella Todd were a big part of the ad campaign, and like obviously
Hmm.
Markaz on this poster, I think Kaylee Spaney's on the other main poster. Aileen Wu is also on the other poster with the face hug on her face. It still was 70% male. Like 70% of the audience that went to see it were men, 30% female. So not a lot of women came out to see it, despite there being a lot of women lead and women representation in the film. And I do think maybe that I feel like the women that they picked were more the male gaze than the female gaze. Um, And a lot of the people that went to go watch it was over 25, which I expected because Alien is a old franchise.
Yep.
And it had a B plus cinema score, which is a fantastic score for R-rated horror film, right?
That is.
Horror films usually range from C to C plus.
Oh wow.
C plus is usually really good for a horror film. Something like Long Legs got a C plus. Immaculate. Other films like that. If you get a C plus as a horror film, that's like an A. So getting a
Oh
B
wow.
plus is really strong for a horror film,
Yeah,
especially one that's
definitely.
R rated, one that's kind of niche. It's also a sci-fi film. It also doesn't have any big box office draws in there.
No.
And it has a very crazy ending. I don't want to spoil
Oh
anything.
yeah.
The movie just came out.
It was nuts.
A wild ending, right?
Yeah, I saw it today. Oh my lord.
Yeah. So the Rotten Tomatoes was 81% critic score. So the critics they favored it a lot more than people expected, and 86% audience score. So the audience liked it a little bit more. The narratives I have out of this is that I think that Alien Covenant, which was the last Alien movie to come out in 2017, was a lot of people didn't like that movie. I think the negative buzz on that film affected a lot of people coming out to see this. I do also think them going so young with the cast also affected this. I think a lot of older people who love the Alien franchise is used to 30, 40-year-olds being in the cast and
Yeah.
being in there. And a lot of people felt like CW, which you saw the movie. It was nothing like CW.
No, it was nothing like that. Oh
From the
my
acting to the
god.
production, nothing like CW.
Oh my god. Some of the scenes in that movie.
Yeah, so talk about the movie in the most non-spoiler, don't spoil anything, non-spoiler way you could think about. When you look at these numbers, when you look at the audience score, and your personal feelings on the movie and the word of mouth that this movie should get, right? Do you think it will hold week to week to make money?
I think it will hold next week, but it's
Okay.
going to take a dip.
All right.
I definitely say that.
Do you think it
Because
will be the number one movie next week? It's battling The Crow. It's battling Blink Twice.
oh, from what I've heard about The Crow, I've heard nobody wants to go see that. Like, I've talked to people. I've
Yeah.
heard so many people say, the original Crow is my OG.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about The Crow very soon at the end of this segment. But so, do you think that the word of mouth for this film is going to be strong enough for it to hold throughout August?
I think it will hold through August because isn't there only 1 week left in August?
Yeah. I don't know what's coming out. What's coming out the week next week? Not this week.
I have no idea.
I don't think anything big is even coming out.
I think it might hold through next week.
Yeah. Do you think the movie will get a sequel?
I think it will. If it gets enough money, I think it will. And I've heard that it actually did it surpass its budget?
Yes.
Okay,
The
then
budget was 80 million.
I definitely think it will get a sequel.
So the movie that's coming out the following week, because we were wondering about that, right?
Yeah.
Is that Friday? Friday. Ain't nothing coming out the following.
I ain't gonna be here.
I think something called. I think a Blumhouse movie called Afraid is coming out. I don't think anybody's excited for that.
I ain't gonna be here Friday, so it doesn't matter to me.
Your volume got low.
Huh?
Your volume got low.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was loud recording. Yeah,
it's up all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear you better now.
Okay, but yeah, I ain't gonna be here next week. I'm going on vacation.
It's the perfect time because there ain't nothing coming out. But like, I feel like, in terms of this film and how it did, it does show that the franchise needed to go back to basics.
I definitely agree.
I think that Ridley Scott tried to go too big with it and lost a lot of people. And I think
Mhm.
going back to basics, referencing some of the things that worked before, bringing in a younger cast to bring in younger people to come check it out,
Yeah.
is great. I think Kaylee Spaney, David Johnson, who played Andy,
The what you call
um,
it? I don't know
the
if I'm
android.
allowed to say the
It was in the trailer, so it's fine to say
Oh,
he's Android.
okay. Yeah, Android. Yeah.
Yeah, I think those two are gonna get the most out of this. I think Kaylee Spaney's already good, right? Like she's in Knives Out 3.
Yes,
Um,
she is.
she has like an A24 film already lined up again after that, so she got work.
Yep.
But for David Johnson, I think this is gonna be a big thing for him to get more work
Yeah, I definitely agree. And
because everyone is talking about his performance.
I actually really liked his character.
Yeah, he had the
And
most to do, right?
yeah,
Like
he did.
he had the most to do, and I think he helped. I think he was the soul of the film. I think he was the heart of the film,
I definitely agree.
while also kind of being cold and distant. I think he will get the most out of this. Isabella Marcard, I think she did a great job for what she was given, but she wasn't given a lot.
Which character did
She
she
was the
play?
pregnant character.
Oh my God, don't even get me started on
I
that.
know, but she was great. She has one of the best
She was
screams
great.
in a horror movie I've seen.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that she's great. She's already gonna be in Last of Us season 2. She's gonna
Oh,
be in
she is.
Hawkgirl, in Superman Legacy, or well, it's not Superman Legacy no more. James Gunn Superman.
Hmm.
So she's good.
Okay, yeah, she's
Um,
definitely good.
yeah, so I think that Fidel Alvarez has showed that he can reboot franchises. Evil Dead, he did it in 2013. He's doing this. He
Did
wants
you?
to do an Alien versus Predator movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I didn't know if you heard about that
Yeah,
because the John Campia actually brought that up on his channel a few days ago, actually. I think
yeah,
it might have been yesterday or the day before.
yeah, because they talked about it yesterday, so it probably was yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm down. I really like. He wants to co-direct it with the person that did Prey.
yeah.
I really
I
like
would be
Prey.
interested in that. I would.
Yeah, I do think I would like another Prey and another Alien movie before they do versus.
Yeah, definitely agree.
But definitely work through that and figure that out.
Yeah.
But I just love that these classic franchises are back, right?
Same here. I
Um,
will say, I will say,
hmm.
uh, some of the scenes in the movie, ooh,
Yeah, it was rough to watch, man.
it was.
It was
And
rough to
then
watch.
and then the aliens, oh my God, they are creepy
And they
as
were animatronics. They were physically there. It wasn't CGI.
it wasn't. Oh my
No.
God,
They built those things.
that is great. That is actually wow.
Yeah. Even the face huggers were like they built them.
They built those things?
Yeah. Those are real.
I thought those were CGI.
No, not CGI. They actually had at certain people showing, they would have them crawling on the floor.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad they didn't do that there because that would have terrified me. But that's cool.
I would have, if I would have been on that set, I probably would have ran right out of the set.
Yeah, another thing they said that the actors didn't know how the things were gonna look before they started. He wouldn't show it to them. So the first time they saw him is when they were acting doing it in the movie.
Oh my God. What were the reactions?
What you saw in the movie.
I
Terrified.
meant like during like takes and stuff. Did they say
Oh
like,
yeah, they said that they were scared the first two times because it was just one of them has a fear of spiders, and the face huggers look like giant space
oh
spiders.
yeah,
So
they do.
he was
And
freaking out.
that was creepy.
Yeah. But let's talk about the other box office notables. Deadpool and Wolverine made another $30 million domestically in his fourth weekend, and it only dropped 44%, which is really, really good
That
for a
is
movie in his fourth
good.
weekend that started off so strong. So now it's at a total of $1.44 billion, which is insane.
Ooh.
And why I think that's so important to say is that it's very close to Inside Out 2 already,
Wow.
which is at 1.5 something, right? Um, a movie I want to talk about, a notable, the one that came in at number 3. This dropped from number 1 to number 3. Is It Ends With Us?
Yeah,
Dropped
my mom saw that.
52%. We said, say that again.
My mom saw that movie.
Yeah, you told me. She dropped 52%, 24 million domestic, $179 million worldwide, which is really, really strong for a romance film based off of an American book.
Well, actually, it's not a romance film. It's a domestic abuse.
Yeah, I know, but and that's gonna be part of the controversy. We're gonna talk about this film, but they promoted it like a romance movie.
I know. I've heard about this. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It has an A- cinema score, meaning that it did really, really well in terms of people enjoying it. The critics didn't get like it. It got a Rotten Tomato at 57%, but the audience loved it at 92%. So going into this film, a lot of trailers came up. Not a lot of people were talking about it in the film community, but the weekend it was coming out, a lot of people were like, "Oh shoot, this is projected to be the number one movie the week is coming out and to make like $45 million. Where is this coming from?" And a lot of people started realizing this book is really popular. And a lot of and it was mostly women that went to go see it. And a lot of women loved the book.
Yeah.
And they casted Blake Lively in the perfect thing. This was like Gossip Girl and things that
Mhm.
she's been successful in. Now the controversies here is that they promoted the movie as like it was a love story. And in the trailers, I'll say there was some hints of like the husband was a little abusive, but it
Yeah.
seemed more like she was gonna get out of that relationship and get with somebody else and things like that. But now I'm hearing the movie wasn't like that at all. So the controversy around the film has been the fact that the movie is portrayed one way, but it doesn't have a domestic violence like like a advisory warning.
Mhm.
And they feel like that was kind of messed up for a lot of people who maybe went through domestic violence to come into this movie not knowing that it was going to be showed on screen.
Yeah, and have you heard about all the things that Blake Lively tried to do during the like production and of this movie?
Yeah,
What?
I was going to bring that up next in terms of like she brought Ryan Reynolds in and they kind of took over the production of the
Yeah,
movie
that's
and changed a
wrong.
lot of the script. There's rumors of her having beef with her co-star slash director
Yeah.
because I guess there was like a scene where he had to pick her up and he like try to find out how much she weighed because he has back problems. And as someone that has
Mhm.
back problems, I want to know how much you weigh before I pick you up. Um, there's a lot of little rumors there. Like I'm not going to say that they're true, right? They're rumors.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say they're true either, but I've heard different things, and then
Yeah,
uh s- I told you about this channel, Married with Media.
yeah,
They brought up something from the past when she was pregnant. She
hmm,
went on an interview with someone like a TV host thing,
yeah,
and it was a woman, and the woman said, "Well, congratulations," and she pointed to her baby bump,
yeah.
and then I guess Blake Lively's like really like doesn't like to talk about when she's pregnant, and she said to the host, "Well, congratulations to you. It looks like you got a baby bump too," but she didn't.
Oh my god. Yeah, so it's so funny. So like Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds and
Reynolds.
Blake Lively have been like the it couple in Hollywood for a while, like the
Yeah.
dream couple. Their relationship's perfect. They have all these kids. They're both really funny. They look great together. All this good stuff. But I'm starting to notice, and I've always felt like there was a little bit of hate for Blake Lively. But I think it's been shielded off because she's with Ryan Reynolds and everyone loves Ryan Reynolds. But
Yeah.
now that she's in the spotlight, like she was Lady Deadpool, Deadpool Wolverine, even though
Hmm.
they didn't show her.
Yeah, they didn't.
And then she was in this, and it's like this big thing, and she's the face of it. There's a lot of negative press coming out of this, right? Like the movie is doing really well box office wise, but it's brought a lot of attention to things that they're saying, like that interview, like you're talking about that interview with the baby bump, right? There's another interviewer that posted a clip of an interview she had. She said it was the worst interview I've ever done, and it's an interview she did with Blake
That
Lively.
was the one that
The baby bump.
married with media was talking about,
Yeah,
and it
and there's
had to do with that.
other stories about her coming out now, just talking about her in a negative light and how she handles things. So I find that very interesting. I think that this is kind of a Olivia Wilde situation with Don't Worry Darling. While that movie flopped and this movie's
Yeah,
doing well, I think that the negative press that Blake Lively is getting is going to affect what she does next.
yeah, I definitely agree. And I actually said I typed this in on Married with Media. I
Yeah.
said I said Blake Lively sounds like a bitch. Why would Ryan Reynolds want to be with someone like that?
Allegedly, most of this stuff is rumor, right?
I know, but like if it
The
is true, like
Yeah.
why would you want to be with someone like that?
Well, a lot of times we have partners who treat other people bad but don't treat us bad.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
know,
I can't stand those kind of people who have partners who treat other people wrong.
it's not great. But
No.
hopefully a lot of this stuff is just not true. I hope. Obviously that video is true. It's on the internet.
Yeah.
But hopefully that's not true. And then also like, the director and the co-star of this, he's the one that found this book, right? He found the book, he bought the rights,
Hmm.
and he's the one that spearheaded for this to be made. I hope that the way it seems like is like Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are like taking it over because it's supposed to be a sequel done, and he even said, "Oh, maybe Blake Lively should direct it." And I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. He was on one of the late night show hosts a few days ago. I don't know which one. It was either Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon or another one. I can't remember. But he was asked if he was going to do another one,
Yeah,
and he just gave this look like I don't know.
yeah. So it seems like they're like slowly pushing him out. So hopefully he finds a way to keep at least a producer right to it because obviously he's the one that found this and pushed for it. So let's see what the chat has to say. Said Nanette says she's doing good. I'm really happy to hear that. Kiara says horror movies usually have male audiences agree about the male gaze. Yeah. Um, I feel like in the last 10 years or so, I feel like there's been a big chunk of female audience loving horror.
I
I think
actually,
that sci-fi movies have more of a male gaze though.
yeah, I see that too.
Zach, I'm going to the movie theater on my birthday to see a horror movie with a friend, and I'm wondering if you would recommend the movie than something else if it's still in the theater. When's your birthday? When are you going? Is it this Friday? Let me know the date, and I got you. I also think the actors may have been too young and too new. None of the actors caught my eye. That's very interesting. A lot of these actors that are in this movie are going to be stars moving forward, Kiara. So Kaylee Spaney was in a bunch of big movies in the last couple of years. Isabella Mercado is about to be in a bunch of big movies. The other couple ones of them, they're kind of fresh and new. They're coming from TV shows, but I think that having bigger stars would have raised the budget up even more. So they wouldn't have been able to make this for 80 million if they got a big star.
Happy birthday to you on September 8th.
Oh, she said that. Oh, she said her birthday's on September 8th.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively seem like evenly matched. Damn. She's like, I don't like Ryan Reynolds. September 8th is my birthday. What is coming out around September 8th? Let me see. Because I think all the horror movies that are out now are probably going to be out of theaters by then. Let me see.
The one horror movie I'm interested in seeing,
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a remake, but I like James McAvoy.
Oh yeah,
See No Evil.
I'm hearing good things about it. Even though I was upset at first that they were remaking it because I like the original. Um, it looks good.
Can you hold on 1 second? I'm just gonna minimize the screen for a minute.
Do you think?
I just have to send a message to someone.
Gotcha. So the movie that I think comes out that Friday is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is coming out, which is it's not really horror. But The Front Room by A24 with Brandy. I think that looks real good. That looks real good. And let me finish up the attack of the box office. So Twisters continues to do really well despite the competition. On 10 million domestic, only dropped 33% despite Deadpool, Wolverine, Inside Out 2, It Ends With Us, Alien Romulus, all these different movies in here raking in money, but Twisters continues to play really strong. This movie would be a lot bigger if international people like Twisters. It's not making a lot of money overseas, but domestically it's doing really, really well. And to me, so far, this is the second best movie of the summer. I had so much fun with this film. I'm just really happy that it's doing really, really well, despite not having the IMAX screens and everything like that. Coraline re-release made $8.3 million, and I think this is very, very notable because it beat out Borderlands, which has been an absolute disaster. Dropped from, I think it made third place originally when it came out, and dropped all the way to ninth place, and it's only made $2.3 million this weekend. This is an absolute disaster. This movie was made for $120 million. It's going to be one of the biggest flops of all time. And when it comes to Borderlands, the main narrative I've had for here is that if you're going to, in the era of post-Sonic, Mortal Kombat, and Mario, and The Last of Us, and Fallout, if you're going to make a video game adaptation of something, you need to have the original creators attached, and you need to respect the source material, because video game fans will boycott your movie, and that is what is happening to Borderlands right now. Do you agree, Collector Movie Man? Now that you're back.
Oh, you wanted to know what I thought about this?
Yeah, what do you think about this?
I was interested in buying the movie, but I don't think I'm even gonna buy the movie.
Yeah, please don't. I saw you talking about buying a Steelbook. Do not waste your money.
I'm not. I don't think I am.
Don't do that. If you can get it for free at the library, then maybe take a gander. But other than that, don't do it.
I think that's what I'll do. I'll just wait for it to come to the library and watch it that way.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best way, because I would not tell anyone to spend their money on this. Yeah. Despite the cast is strong. Jack Black, Kevin Hart, Kate Blanchett, Ariana Greenblatt, Jamie Lee Curtis, but it's just they don't look like the characters. They didn't use all the primary characters from the game. It was like they took the IP name and the suits and the skin of the game, but didn't actually make an adaptation of the game, which I thought is the problem. You can't do that anymore.
No, you can't.
I think back in the day we used to accept whatever, because it was like, oh, this is all I got, so I'll watch this really weird Super Mario Brothers movies from the 90s.
Yep.
But now that we have a Super Mario Brothers movie that respected the game,
and a TV show, 2 TV shows that were nominated for awards.
Last of Us and Fallout.
Yep.
The Sonic movies, and even like Mortal Kombat, which is not the biggest of all this, but people still like that movie.
Yeah.
And it's getting a sequel. So yeah, they Lionsgate fumbled really bad on this.
Yeah, they did.
It's crazy because we're moving on from the notables. Well, before I move on to the last part, because we're about to talk about Lionsgate again, but the indie films that I wanted to shout out, Sing Sing and Dee Dee, I didn't mean to put farewell. I was going to say they're faring well with their slow rollout. They're making a lot of money with their slow rollout they're doing. They're slowly building up how many theaters that they're in. So go check out Sing Sing. Go check out Dee Dee. I think I'm going to be watching Dee Dee this week with one of my friends who wants to see it. I'm going to try to see Sing Sing soon. If I get a chance, I'll definitely do reviews for them. These are two movies I'm really excited to check out that a lot of people who, just love movies other than sci-fi and fantasy are touting about. Sing Sing is like the front runner for Best Picture right now. So
I really want to see Sing Sing.
Yeah, I'm really
It looks really good. If it would have been at my movie theater, I probably would have seen that over Aliens.
Yeah. Well, check this week, because I know you're not going on vacation this week, right? It's next week.
Next week, but I think I have some stuff going on this weekend.
That's fair. You gotta take care of your stuff.
I'm hoping after vacation, if it's still in theaters, I'll be able to go check it out.
Yeah, it should be. It's supposed to be going wider and wider the next couple weeks. So once you come back, it should be here. But let's talk about the notables that's coming out this week, and let's give our predictions. So do I have a poll going right now? No. All right. It says, so we have 3 movies coming out this week that are notable. We have The Crow, we have Blink Twice, and we have Strange Darling. The Crow had a $50 million budget, and this is also Lionsgate, and it's predicted to get to be $6 to $9 million, which is not good.
No.
Not on a $50 million budget, not with how many delays it's had, not with all the advertisement is done. This is another similar situation to Borderlands in terms of this doesn't feel like a modern version of the story that was told in the original.
No.
The Bill Skarsgård's character doesn't look like a modern version of the Crow from that film.
I still haven't seen The Crow, but I want to. The original one.
Yeah. I would say check it out. I love that movie, but it's very, very of its time. So be mindful of that. But
I think the main reason I want to see it is because of Jet Li's son.
Yeah, Brandon. Yeah, I just think that this movie was a mistake in every way, in terms of marketing, in terms of casting, in terms of the way the story is presented. It doesn't have the grunge. It doesn't have the rock feel. It doesn't have the grittiness of it. This feels like one of those John Wick spinoffs.
Yeah, that's what I got by it today too.
Or like rip-offs, I should say, not spinoffs.
Rip-off, yeah.
Yeah, and that's not what The Crow is. So unfortunately, Bill Skarsgård is going to have another flop on him this year after The Boy Kills World and now this. And what do you think is going to land, though? The prediction is between 6 and 9 million. Do you think it goes below 6 million, or do you think it could possibly get above 9 million?
I think it's going to go lower.
Oof. So you think it's going below 6, or you think it will hit 6, or maybe around that?
If anything, I say 5 or 4.
5 or 4. So people know in the what's watching live right now, where do you think The Crow is going to lie? Do you think it's going to be within this range? Do you think it's going to be lower because you don't expect no hype, or do you think it's going to be higher? While you guys do that in the chat, we'll go out Blink Twice, which I think is very interesting. This is Zoe Kravitz's directorial debut, starring her fiance Channing Tatum, who has some momentum from Deadpool Wolverine.
Yep.
And it has a $20 million budget, which is a little bit more modest than The Crow. But this is ranging between 7 to 8 million, right? So it's in the same range as The Crow. But,
Oh, go ahead. You finish.
No, I was going to say, but the Rotten Tomatoes score and the early buzz about this film is that it's actually really good.
Oh, wow.
So people are praising her direction and saying the story is actually pretty good. But what do you think about Blink Twice? Do you think it's going to hit these projections? Are you excited to check it out?
I am actually kind of interested in that movie. I like Channing Tatum, and he's got that creepy kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna beat out The Crow, if anything.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah,
I agree as well. I really think Blink Twice has more momentum and excitement in it.
yeah, I definitely agree.
So, guys in the chat, also, do you think Blink Twice? Are you excited for the movie at all? Are you going to go check it out? Is it something that you're going to wait on streaming? Do you think it will make between 7 to 8 million? Do you think it's possible to make more? I feel like this movie can make 10.
That's what I feel like too.
Yeah, I think the Crow is going to underperform its projections. I think it might do like 5, and I think because it as much people might not go see it, I think this movie will go over.
Hmm.
This one, the third one, it's a very indie film, indie horror thriller. The reviews for this film, Strange Darling, is out of this world. People are saying it's the best movie of the year. Some people say
Oh
it's one of the best
wow.
horror movies for a long time. It's getting really rave reviews. It I couldn't find exact financial numbers for this, so I'm doing predictions based on casting and who's writing, directing it. So I believe it has a $2 million budget, which is pretty modest for an indie film. And the cast is not too famous, so they don't cost that much. I think the movie will make between $500,000 to $1 million at the box office, which will be pretty good. It could go way
Oh.
more and just make its budget in the first weekend. But Strange Darling is about a girl that goes on a date with a serial killer that she doesn't know he's a serial killer, and they go on this cat and mouse journey where they're chasing each other, and there's like a twist involved that you don't see coming, and I'm very interested to check it out.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah, check out a trailer. I heard the trailer doesn't give away much.
Is
Um,
is that
mhm.
one movie with that lady from Scream? The one with the black hair, not the two main actresses. The one it looked like a Russian movie that she's
uh,
in.
n- no, I don't think. The thing I know her from is Reacher. I don't know if you saw that show on Amazon Prime.
I saw the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, so you remember in the first season he had that cop girl that he was in a relationship
Oh,
with.
her.
That's her. Yeah,
Oh, I'm
and,
definitely interested in checking
and
that
the
out.
stalker is. You seen Smile?
Mm, just the first one.
The first one, yeah. So the guy that was the girl's friend, that's the stalker in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only watched Smiled once,
Okay.
so I have to give it a rewatch.
Yeah. Smile 2's coming out soon. But yeah,
Yeah,
so those are the two main actors. I think they're the most main actors in here. This is the movie I'm most interested in watching this weekend because of the high praise. Um, but I
and
do think that it might do better than my projections, honestly.
because it's getting so good praise,
Yeah.
I think it might do a little bit better.
Okay, let's start a poll. Let's see.
Now,
Which movie will overperform? Which one do you guys think will overperform? Crow, probably not, but you never know.
nope.
Blink Twice is possible, or Strange Darling.
If anything, I say Strange Darlings because of the critically acclaimed that it's getting right now. And
Yeah,
that might draw people in, especially if it's a contender to be getting nominated.
it's possible. Yeah, because
But
Dee Dee and Sing Sing are doing really good at the box office, so it's very
now,
possible.
is this a wide release or is it just in limited theaters?
That is a very good question. Let me look for you. I do think it's limited because when I went to go see showings, it only had one showing every day.
Oh wow.
So I don't think it's super wide. Let me see. I have a website that I always go check. It ends with I need to go see Cuckoo. So I haven't seen that.
I want to see Cuckoo, but there's just something about it that's making me like.
Not interested.
No, I'm interested. Just like really is creeping me out.
Oh,
Like,
gotcha.
oh,
So Strange Darling is limited, so it's not wide release yet.
okay. Does it say when it's going to be a wide release?
Probably. Usually films like that go wide the next week. Let me see.
Okay.
So most likely it will go because nothing really coming out the following week. So most likely it will go wide.
Of course, when I'm gone.
Yeah, when you're gone. Let's see what the people in the chat have to say. A lot of comments came in. Said, "Have you seen the Lord of the Rings Sauron Tower Lego set? It looks glorious." No, I have not. You need to send me a picture. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. I don't really get into Legos.
Gotcha.
I used to when I was younger,
Yeah.
but not really anymore.
He's suggesting Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. The net saying my aunt is taking to see Beetlejuice, so I'm not going to see it with my friend. So yeah, go check out The Front Room by A24 with Brandy. I think that movie looks really good. They just announced. First of all, welcome to the live stream, Zeke. Appreciate you being here. So they just announced a new Borderlands game today. Yeah, they announced a Borderlands 4. It's coming out
Yeah,
next year.
I just saw that.
I really think they thought the movie was going to do good.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I think they thought the movie was going to do good, and that's why they had the announcement so soon, close to the game. They were like, "Oh, the movie's the number one movie in the world, and here's the next game." And now it's like, "Oh, crap."
Yeah, they're what gaming convention is going on right now?
Gearbox, 2K and Gearbox.
That's a gaming convention?
Oh, convention? Oh, no. I thought you meant the people who made the game.
No, there's a gaming convention going on. It was going on for 3 days.
Oh, Summerfest?
No, that's over with.
That's over with? I don't know.
Gamescom.
Oh, Gamescom. That's a German one, right?
I think so, yeah. It was going on for 3 days. Today was the last day.
Nice. When does that Lego Pharrell movie release? Universal owns Lego movies. Why aren't they getting anything yet? That's true. Pharrell Lego movie.
You know what I'm surprised we haven't seen any trailer for?
Yeah.
Is that new Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, they've showed images, they've given out synopsis, but no trailers.
I know, like, you gotta start promoting your movie. It comes out in December.
Yeah, and there's a lot of movies coming out in December. So
yeah.
The Pharrell Lego movie is called Piece by Piece. It's coming out October 11th, the 80s kid.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that yesterday.
Yeah. I haven't read or watched the original Crow. Definitely check out the original Crow. The sequels are garbage, but watch the first one. Do you think Strange Darling will be in the movie? Will be in the movie theater in September? Since it's a limited release right now, there is a possibility that it'll be in September. Because your birthday is the following. Yeah, it will be. Your birthday's the following week. Yeah, I would say go straight watch Strange Darling instead of The Front Room. I think Strange Darling is going to be better. Are you talking? If you're talking, you're muted.
Me?
Oh no, you weren't talking. Okay, I hear you.
No, I wasn't talking.
Okay, The Crow. I think 10 million. Okay, Kiara thinks The Crow will perform better than the predictions. Okay. Zeke too. He said 10 to 15 million. He thinks The Crow will do. Kiara, I think Blink Twice will do 10 to 12. We'll wait for streaming though. Okay, that's fair. I'm pretty sure that it will be a flop in the theaters, and I'm talking about The Crow. Yeah, even if it does 10 to 15 million, that's still a flop because it's a $50 million.
Yeah, it is.
Strange Darling is up my alley. As long as it's not too gory, you might go to the theater to see it. Ooh, okay. You know, it's hard to get Kiara out to the theater, so I'm excited for her to go check this out.
I'm definitely going to check out that trailer of Strange Darling.
Let's see. Strange Darling rating. What is it rated? No, I don't want the Rotten Tomatoes rating. I want to know if it's R rated. Let's see. Let me type in R rated. Is there a website to tell you? It's R rated for strong, bloody, violent content, sexual material, and drug use. So there's some violence in there.
I usually go to IMDb.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Oh man, he said I just sent the DM.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw your message.
I thought
Hey,
his.
Noah Kaiser, what's up? I know you just finished your live stream. He went on live 7:30 as well.
Oh
I know he finished
wow.
his live stream just recently. What's up, man? I appreciate you. He said just finished a little while ago. Sonic 3 trailer where? Wait, what? Sonic 3 trailer came out? Don't tell me that. Oh, you mean like when is it coming? Yeah, when is the Sonic 3 trailer coming out? That's coming out in December.
Yeah. So many of these December movies aren't having trailers yet.
They're not having trailers. It's so weird. Okay, before we get into the Q&A, we're going to go into the last topic of the night, and that is... If it will play. Why is it not playing? Is it playing? Attacking Zach is where someone in the audience asks me a question, and someone in the audience actually is here that's going to be asking me a question. That is 80s kids from the 90s.
Oh, nice.
And you can answer this question as well, Collect the Movie Man.
All right.
Sorry, I'm using a new mouse, and that's why it's taking me so long to click on things. Name the... Oh, wait, nope, that's you. That's your thing.
Yeah, that's me.
I uploaded the wrong one. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. There we go. Did you ever watch Barney or Thomas the Tank Engine? And also, who's your favorite superhero of all time? So I'll let you go first.
No to the first one. Never watched Barney. Never watched Thomas the Tank Engine. I used to think Barney was scary. So that's why I didn't watch him. And who's my favorite superhero?
Yeah.
Oh God. Can I name 3?
No, 1.
1? You're
Be
torturing.
decisive.
You're torching me. This
yes,
is hard.
we are. That's why it's called Attacking Zach. They attack you with these questions, and you must be decisive. Not divisive, decisive. One hero to rule them all.
I'm gonna go with either Captain America.
No eithers. No eithers. One.
Fine, Captain America.
Captain America is your final answer?
I think so.
Steve Rogers or Sam Wilson?
Steve Rogers.
Okay. You got Steve Rogers said Captain America is your favorite superhero. No take backsies. All right. So I see someone ask you this question on your channel. It better be the same answer. I'm just joking.
I don't do live streams, so that's why no one's ever asked me these things.
I'll mess with you. So
I know.
Thomas the Engine, I didn't really watch that that much. I did watch it when I was younger, but I didn't watch it a ton when I was younger. I definitely seen episodes of it, but Barney was a big part of my life as a kid. Barney and the rest of the cast, I'm pretty sure I learned like words and numbers and like friendship stuff from there. That was huge for me as a kid. So Barney was my jam. Side note on Barney, they are making an A24 Barney horror movie. So it's very funny that you said you were scared of Barney.
You know what I watched when I was younger?
What?
Sesame Street.
Oh, yeah. Classic. I love Sesame Street. The Count?
Yep, The Count. Cookie Monster.
Oscar the Grouch?
Yep.
Elmo was the best?
Oh, Elmo was cool. I remember those Tickle Me Elmo things. Every time I'd go into the store, I'd go take one off the shelf and I'd be like, Mom, I want this. I'd hold this to her and she'd be like looking at the price and she'd be like, you're dreaming.
I had one and I abused that thing until it broke. My favorite superhero is Spider-Man.
See, I was gonna say that, but then I'm like, maybe I should do Captain America.
Yeah, a lot of people don't say Captain America, so that was unique and different. I like that you said that.
But I also like Batman as well.
but you like Captain America more because that's your favorite superhero, right?
I can't say for 100% sure. They're
No,
both
no, no. You are sure that's who you picked a
they're
couple
both
minutes ago.
equal. They're both equal.
No, no equals. It's one to rule them all. All right.
All
Spider
right.
is my favorite superhero. No one equals him. Superman's my second favorite superhero.
All right, fine. Batman's my second favorite.
There you go. There you go. Be decisive. All right. So that was fun with attacking Zach. I definitely gonna be posting up a post on Wednesday to get more questions. I'm not done with all the questions that you guys gave me, but I want to get some more in, so I don't run out, and I have one for each live stream. But now we're in the Q&A. We'll be here for like 10 minutes. Collective Movie Man, I know you wanted to show something, so you can show something while they ask questions, and we'll just talk for 10 minutes.
Well, the first thing I wanted to show were some Star Wars books that I
Okay.
thought would be really good movies.
Nice. What do you think of the set? I haven't looked at it yet because I'm on live, but once I get off the live, I'll look at the set.
This is
Battle of the Streams. Nice. Yeah, go ahead.
this is the Star Wars book Raven,
Okay.
or however you say it. Can you see it clearly?
Yeah, it looks like Revan.
Yeah. It's about a Jedi. I don't remember very much about it, but this is based off the Star Wars The Knights of the Old Republic book.
Okay.
The game. The game, actually. So those Star Wars The Knights of the Old Republic games, this is what this is based off.
Yeah.
And there are a total of 4 books in this trilogy.
No. Well, quadrilogy if it's 4.
Yeah. Well, I've read all of them.
Yeah.
And then this is probably one of my favorite trilogies, because this is like the very first Dark Jedi ever. What's his name? Darth Bane.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yep, he was
So
the
wait,
one.
is he a Sith?
Yes, Sith. Actually, Sith. He is the one who like founded one master, one apprentice.
Mm.
And he created that rule. So
That should have been what the Acolyte was about.
And what they have is he finds a apprentice, and he teaches his way of the dark side, and for her to become a master, she has to kill him.
Okay.
And so when he dies by her hands, she is now the master, and she has to find a student, and so on and so forth. That's what they mean by that. So you have one apprentice and one master.
And then when the apprentice turns master, they kill their master and become the master.
Yep. And there's this move that this Sith Lord does that is so destructive that it literally sends shockwaves through the Jedis. There's like 150 Jedi in this like place, and what he does is he creates like a big energy, and what he does is he blows it, and it's like the force of an atomic bomb almost. And what it does is it totally destroys like all the Jedi, and they're like wiped from existence completely.
That sounds like a cool visual. Like if they were to do that live action,
Yeah,
that would look dope.
and there's just a lot of really violent stuff that happened in that book. Like there's a scene where the master, by his apprentice, literally cuts off a part of his limb, and what you're hearing is blood dripping from the leg or from whatever area it is.
That he cut off. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just imagining that, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a very violent book.
Yeah, it would be the first R-rated Star Wars movie they did that. Before you
And
get
then,
into the next one, let me get into the comments real quick, and then we'll
okay.
get to the next one. Kip Noah said Battle of the Streams because we was on the same time. Elmo's World, love Elmo's World. I had so many Barney VHS tapes. Yeah, man. Back in the day, all the VHSs. Kiara said, if you could design the perfect movie theater, what would it look and feel like? What features would it have? Ooh, this is a very interesting question. What would it have? Well, central air would be nice. A central air ventilation system would be nice since a lot of people are in there breathing and sick and coughing and crap. I would love for you to have seat warmers. That would be nice. To keep you warm. What else would I like in a movie theater? What would my perfect theater be like? Maybe even like speakers inside. No, that would be terrible if everyone has speakers inside their seat. Just speakers, so just like a surround sound of speakers.
My 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 Dolby Atmos theater that I go to,
Yeah.
um, we actually have theaters. Our seats have theater speakers inside them,
Oh yeah.
and and then at different points of the movie, like very high intense move parts, your seat will rumble.
Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah. I went to a Dolby one for John Wick, and I remember that bad boy was rumbling for that movie.
Yeah, I love the Dolby Cinema. That
That
is
you know, this is a good question. I would love for every theater to be IMAX or Dolby instead of just a regular theater.
yeah, same here.
I think it would. I think more people would want to go to the theaters if it was the IMAX and Dolby experience, and then they should make 3D and 40x the premium screens.
Yeah, I definitely agree
Yeah,
with that.
but central air, I think, is a must. I think theaters need to do that
Oh
because
yeah,
there needs to be air circulation. People shouldn't be coughing and then just sitting there in the theater. They need
I
to get that.
know. Today when I was at the movie, there was this guy like a few seats away from me. He was coughing and coughing.
Oh, coughing up a
I I
storm.
literally I literally looked up at the dude and I'm just like,
Yeah. I think he said he dressed up as Barney for Halloween when he was 4 or 5. That's adorable. He said Revan would be fire, so he knows him. I was just about to say, I think you and 80s kids from the 90s should do a video together. I think that would be
okay.
cool because guys both love Star Wars and have a good knowledge of it. Um, Revan was a Jedi who became a Sith, Darth Revan, and then went back to being a Jedi. That's all I know. Oh, nice. The Power of Two. I think that's what you were talking about in terms of
Yep,
the
the power of two. Yep.
was his apprentice Darth Treya? Probably.
I think so. All it says on here is the rule of two. It doesn't.
Yeah,
I can't remember what the character's name is.
yeah. And he was like,
I don't
"Dang, oh
remember.
wow." But yeah, you can show the next book.
All right,
You got a
this is
couple more
another
minutes.
one. This is another one that I think would do really well.
Hmm.
It's before New Hope. No, before Episode 1, and you see the Emperor, who was really Chancellor Palpatine before he becomes Darth Sidious, and this is him when he first meets Darth Plagueis, who was
Mm.
his master, who teaches him about how he wants him to become a Sith Lord and how he infiltrates the Republic and how he moves like certain pieces so the Jedi don't know who he is. So I think that would be a really good book.
That sounds like a great movie. You mean, you all right?
Yeah, a really great movie. Yeah. And you would get to see who Chancellor Palpatine when he was young
Yeah.
and his master. And his master is like, this is what he looks like. If don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But that was all I was going to show for the books. But I did want to show one thing off that I am really happy I got. Do you mind if I go grab it?
Go ahead.
All right. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you upset if I'm
No,
making you go.
no, no. Go ahead. I'm
All
just
right.
gonna let's see. Oh wow, the laser. Hey Zach Attack. What's up, laser? What's up? How you doing? Coming in at the last second when I'm about to leave. They really butchered it. Why introduce Plagueis in live action? Plagueis was better off as a mention only character. The ad service will drive you to do things that don't make sense, my friend. They're like, oh, people love that name.
This is something that I'm really happy I got.
I can't. What does it say?
When
Oh,
Titans
Titans.
ruled the earth.
Oh, Clash of the Titans.
Yep. You actually commented it on my video.
Yeah, no, I remember now that you said when it's Clash of the Titans. Yep. You
And
did an unboxing.
you got this nice hard box.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to show everything off, but there's the first one. Oh, come
Ooh.
on.
I need to see those movies.
And then the second one. And then you also get reversible cover art on them. And then this book that talks about the making of the movie.
I
I
definitely
thought
gotta
this
check.
was a pretty cool set.
Yeah. It looks great.
Yeah, I definitely like it. And then you get art cards in there too.
Nice. Those are always the best.
But this was
Mhm.
$37.99.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. When it first came out, it was $65.99 to
Oh, you
pre-order.
got it on sale.
Yep. And I had it on Amazon for pre-order, but then it got delayed till August 20th. And then I canceled my order, went on walmart.com, ordered it, and actually got it early. I got it so it was it came out today, and I actually got it a few days early. I got it last Saturday.
Nice. He said, "Is Clash of Titans a good movie? The original one?"
I've never seen the original.
I don't think I've seen the original either.
Yeah, the original is in black and white. That's all I
Yeah,
know.
it's old school movie. Yeah.
This one is in color.
So I love the look of your last book collector movie, man.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you. If I showed off all my Star Wars books, we'd be here forever.
Here forever. So who shot first, Han or Greedo?
Greedo. I know Han.
No, I'm at the '80s version.
Oh, the 80s version.
I don't
Uh,
know.
I don't know. That's hard to say.
Clash. Have I seen any of these movies? I don't know if I've ever seen
Wait,
any of the
you've
Clash
never
of Titans.
you? Oh, Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, I don't think I've
I,
ever seen any of them.
yeah, and
My internet work.
this was a limited box set. I
Yeah.
think there was only I think 10,000 made.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So once it sells out, it's gonna
That's it.
skyrocket in price.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be hundreds of dollars.
Yep.
Yeah, the first one has decent reviews. '80s kid, so might check it out.
Oh,
So right
the
answer: Han always shoots first. But this was really, really fun. Let
yeah,
me give a
thank
shout
you.
out No problem. Let me give a shout out to my channel members real quick. As always, the Net Blood Rose, who we just saw, who made her 4 months. Spoiler Kings was here earlier. Screens End Reviews and Have You Seen with T. Thank you all guys for being channel members. Appreciate you all. And everyone that is not a channel member, that is just a subscriber, I appreciate you guys be jumping to live streams, liking, comment on my videos, interacting with me all the time. You guys are awesome. Be on the lookout for my reviews coming this week. I'm going to be checking out Dee. I'm going to be checking out Strange Darling, hopefully. And I'm definitely going to be checking out The Crow. Hopefully it's not absolute garbage. I'm praying. I'm going to single out the movie, man. Say that again?
I will definitely give you a like on the video after this is over with. When I got home, I was more focused on jumping on and getting here.
Makes sense. Oh, I forgot I had a poll.
I haven't even had dinner yet.
Oh my God, you gotta go eat. I said which movie will overperform. 37% said Blink Twice. 37% said Strange Darling. 25% said Crow. So people think Blink Twice and Strange Darling is gonna overperform, but Crow maybe not. But let me solo you out, Collecting Movie Man. Tell the people what you got coming up. And what your channel is and where they can find you.
Well, of course, Collector Movie Man is where you can find me on YouTube, and then on Instagram, DPG182006. And the only thing I really have coming up is doing my show off of my physical media pickup that I do every month. And I'm hoping to have that posted before I leave to go on my trip. If not, it will be in September sometime.
Okay. The links to his channel is in the description as well. And I've also did a live stream with him where we did the movies that made you. So definitely go check that out. That was a fun time as well. Appreciate everybody being here. I'll see you guys later.
Bye, Zach.